would have needed psychotherapy, and it may not have even been possible unless we could give him an ad of some kind, because he was at 0. So what you guys discover when you get back, now we cut off, and you're trying to call Fitch, right, on the phone. You're going, pick up, pick up, pick up.
Yeah.
And just at that moment, you decide, in fact, I'm going to say that Reggie sort of taps you on the shoulder, and you look over, and you see Chip, and he's like rolling on the ground, and he's singing to himself some sort of nursery rhyme. That's when you decide to hang up the phone and deal with this more immediate problem.
Okay, that's fair.
Nash, this is probably the more immediate problem.
Yeah, there's without there being an answer. So I'm assuming you've probably thought of the things I would suggest already anyway, and either that this could be, Fitch's farewell, or if we want to give Fitch another chance, I don't know what you had in mind for this session.
You know what? That's one good thing about this technique of not planning too far ahead.
Yeah.
Because it could still go either way. So you don't have to worry about Fitch or lack of Fitch.
Okay. Yeah, because my other thought was that, he could just also have been kidnapped, or maybe, if shit was crazy, he just like fucking bailed. I was like, nope, I didn't sign up for this. I will give a call later.
Sure.
Maybe he ran away with Susie. I don't know.
That's right. You're going to get a postcard from Mexico in about a year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a kick in the balls?
John, how do I get that cool moniker thing up again?
So if you slide to the left-hand side of your screen, a little toolbar will pop up. The fourth one down, the green one, looks like a little briefcase. It says Hangout Toolbox. Click on that. And then it'll show you on the right-hand side, lower third.
There we go. Got it. Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't work. So even though you found it, there's no guarantee that...
Lower third. Whoops.
Yep, there you go.
Wait, what?
It popped up for a minute. Yeah, you're there.
Name, display name.
So display name would be the bigger one of the two.
Okay, so
I would say this before we get started. Jeremy is streaming tonight, so anybody that's jumping in at this point this early, it's the Kooky Boy over on Twitch. So I'm having a beer for him tonight. It's Not Your Father's Mountain Ale, which doesn't really taste. It doesn't taste like Mountain Dew, but I guess it's close. It's green as shit like Mountain Dew.
I'll add it to that yellow 5.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Upload overlay. Whoa! That's not what I want to do. I hate exposing my lack of tech knowledge.
So if you turn it off, if you type the name in while it was active, it won't show it. If you turn it off and turn it back on again, it should repopulate it with the new. Yeah.
I think it's cool how I can click on mine and it's backwards.
But it's normal for us. Yeah, I didn't realize that right away either. Because I flipped it and then it like shunts me the other way, and then I feel like I look weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just leave it now, which is then weird anyway to look at it because it's backwards, but...
Oh, yeah, it is backwards.
Yeah,
forward,
but it's normal for us.
All right. I get the metaphor. I'm looking at you through this black mirror. Yeah, I just got to stay on my toes, not plan too far ahead, and make sure there's a contingency for like whether he's here or whether he's not here.
Yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, on top of the already contingent, where are you guys going to go kind of question. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, let's just throw in this extra added problem that Chip has kind of lost his marbles for a little bit.
Well, Reggie has. Don't you have some kind of methamphetamine? Can we just give him that?
I think I already gave him a bit of Zoom already. I don't know.
Well, actually, you didn't tell us that you had it either.
I thought
That's true.
Did I? I think I gave it to him.
You kept that totally to yourself, but I mean, when you dosed Chip, he was freaking out, so he didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
He snapped too, and he went, "What's that weird taste in my mouth?" But then that was it. That was the end of it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about. I didn't get that far in the editing.
Yeah.
I have the first half of the session queued for Monday, but I didn't edit the other half yet.
Work out well at all. Yeah.
Well, okay. There's not a whole lot that Chip can do right now. He comes to, and then he starts giggling, and it's not like he's dangerous. He just sort of reverts into being a little kid, like he did that first time when you took him out, when he first flipped out in the office building in the dream world. He sort of like sits down Indian style and starts giggling and singing. It's like he reverts to being like 5 or 6 years old, but then he snaps out of it and he seems okay. So you've seen this before. I mean, temporary insanity happens on day trips. It may be that, if he just gets a few days rest, he'll be okay.
Right.
One thing you don't feel like taking him to Dr. Martez.
Yeah, right. Take him to a Reggie Therabot.
Oh yeah.
That would probably
terrible.
Yeah.
Through some tough times.
That might be a better choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Nash's immediate concern after making sure that he's not gonna.
Well, are we on? Are we taking?
We are, only because you wind up saying stuff that I can use in the thing if I just edit it back in the right way.
I get it. I'm good with that. So, because what I'm saying is we could literally start playing now, since Chip is really not in control of his faculties. He's got a sanity of 0.
Right. Okay. I mean,
because I slipped into Call of Cthulhu there for a second.
I think it would be amazing playing a game of Call of Cthulhu with you as well, because I can only imagine.
It is one of my favorites for sure. Although I was just talking about this with my wife the other day. There is nothing like playing Call of Cthulhu the first time. Right?
Yeah.
When you don't really know that losing your shit is part of it.
Yeah. How long can you last before you lose your shit?
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to type to him real quick in Facebook that we're going to get underway.
Cool.
And I didn't realize he was at 0.
I did, and then I forgot when I was summing up at the end of the thing. Now, because he's only got one stat at 0, so he's not in huge trouble. But by the rules, he's got to rest, so he cannot go on another mission right now. He can, barely be trusted to look after himself.
Okay.
So now you've got 2 sort of zombified adults who are acting like babies.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess you tapped me on the show, so the phone is ringing, it's ringing. I'm just like, fuck, kind of pacing back and forth in the hold. What? I'm trying to get a hold of Fitch.
I think this is the more pressing concern. Chip, we've lost Chip.
What do you mean we lost? He's right over, and then he turns around and looks, and like his hand just kind of the phone lowers from his head, and he's like,
now you see. Now you see the situation we're in.
Chip is rolling back and forth on his back on the ground, and he's clapping his hands, and he's singing a song that's like, "Who's the baby? I'm the baby."
Oh, Jesus.
If only we had him to perform that.
We should. He always wants to record everything.
Cut it out, and yeah.
Oh,
well, it looks like he's the baby, so I'm going to have to go ahead and pick him up, and I'll carry him to wherever we're going. All right, Chippy boy, come on, I've got you. Daddy's got you. And Reggie will go to pick him up. Well, we're heading somewhere else, right? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't get a hold of Fitch, and, Fitch is with Susie, and, who knows what the fuck happened here while we were over there. I mean, we.
Okay, no,
I
thought we had like a pressing need to be in a different location, or if we're good where we are. If we are, then I won't. I'll just kind of like make it
it's not that it's pressing, but it is a total unknown.
Yeah.
You guys had been. Let me see. You drove to Diaspora Ranch. It took an hour or so to prep the ship. I would say you were gone for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then back again. So you guys have been gone for like 3.5 hours.
All right. So he's well. I mean, I guess we could hold up here for now, right? I mean, when that Peckerhead Cordoba was here, like he didn't lock down the ship, so like I think we're still good. I mean, I gotta get a hold of Fitch. I mean, we gotta find out what the hell's going on. I don't think we should leave him here.
No, you keep trying, Fitch. I'll make him comfortable until we figure out our next move.
All right, yeah, like give him some water. So let me ask you this: I have a +1 in psychology. Could I like? I mean, I guess he's stable. I was wondering if I could make some sort of a roll to kind of like snap him out of it.
Yeah,
so like even if he's not functional, at least get him to the point where it's like, hey, buddy, you're here. It's cool. Like,
sure.
We're
not
back.
only that, but it would be helpful to potentially diagnose his condition.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead. This is going to be a brains roll. Take the highest one and add your psych.
All right. I forgot to grab dice, so I'm doing that now.
Your psychology bonus. So take the highest one and add 1.
All right. So I got 2 +1. Here's hoping. Yes, I rolled a 6, so a 7.
Nice. Oh, that's very good. In fact, yeah, you're going to get an experience for that, and you get to tell me what that's a yes and.
All right. So
okay. So here's what you get. You talk to him for a little while. You talk to Chip for like 5 minutes. You use a little bit of hypnotic voice on him. You get him to remember where he is and bring him up to his current adult age. He seems a little dazed, but you do get him to do some simple math equations. He knows who you are. He knows who he is. And he asks for his phone. So, yeah, and you don't want him calling anybody right now, so you probably talk him out of that. But but then he sort of zones out again. You get the feeling that this is temporary aphasia, and he'll be all right. And you tell me what other and you learn.
I'm going to say he, as I'm talking to him, this is like a half an hour, so like, I'm just, I'm squatting down next to him. I'm like, rubbing his shoulder, talking him in, getting him all squared away. And he lets go some little, tidbit from, some dark secret that he had when he was growing up. Like maybe, maybe the show he was on, they killed the animals or so something he wouldn't like necessarily tell us about, but something that he kind of like, fusses over in the dark of the night,
Yeah, actually, it does involve the animals, but it doesn't involve murdering the animals. He had developed a big crush on this big fluffy dog that was a member of the set, and he used to stay behind after filming. He would hide, and he would hang out with the dog, and he would sleep with the dog. And I don't mean he would have sex with it because he was too young to do that, but but he would curl up, hugging the dog, and sort of rubbing against it, and it made him feel comfortable. And this is something he never told anyone because, as now that he's an adult, he still has this sort of weird fetish for dogs.
So there's like stuffed dogs in his apartment or whatever.
Yeah, and now it's starting to dawn on you. He's got a lot of photographs of dogs, and he talks about dogs a lot. He's got plush dog toys on his bed. Yeah.
I love this establishing strange realities for the characters of players who aren't present.
Well, he should be here on time.
I'm trying to remain within a zone that I think Jesse would not only be okay with, but actually get some fuel out of.
It's better. Hey, you know what? I'd take it over like Vince's. Yeah, Reggie's running around in his underwear. Remember all that time? Yeah. Roll with it. Roll with it, Chip.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I'm assuming that I wouldn't be able to, bring him back to one psyche, because seems like that would be game breaking then.
It would take days or weeks for you to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
just gonna
but after that, after discussing, after hypnotizing him a little bit, bringing him up, losing him a couple times, and bringing him back again, you do get the feeling that this is a temporary aphasia. You have seen stuff like this in the field before. Now, if you guys just, take good care of him and treat him well, you believe he'll snap out of it. It may take a couple days.
Okay, so we'll grab the crash blanket and just kind of wrap him up, almost like a shock victim. Get him set in the chair, get him wrapped up in a blanket, get him.
Right now, he's kind of in between as you're wrapping him up and getting him in the water. He's kind of in between. He's got like a childlike lilt to his voice, but he knows who you are, and he asks you, "Did we do okay?"
And I pat him on the shoulder. And I'm like, we did pretty good, Chip. We're in pretty good shape. You take it easy, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll fill out the paperwork.
You gotta stay away from that chow, mate.
He's like, all right. So he goes over to Reg, and he's like, what do you want to do? We could take him back to my place, but I don't know how safe that is. I don't know that we want to drag him around with us, but I can't wait for him to snap out of this. I gotta get over to Fitch's place and find out what the hell is going on.
We can take him to my place. It's fine. It's safe there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're under the radar. You're a fucking Joker.
But look, I want to be clear about something right off the onset here.
Okay.
You cannot be allowed to come inside my house. Okay? He can't see what's going on. We can leave him there while he's all incoherent and everything, because anything that he sees, we can just sort of play off as like, oh yeah, because you were crazy, mate. But he can't come back to coherence.
Why is that? Do you run a dog fighting ring or something?
I have some strange paintings. I just don't. The Therabot has me expressing myself through paintings, and I just don't want him to see it.
Well, can we just lock the door or something? We might not be there when he snaps out of it. I don't.
That's fine. We can leave him there. He'll be safe.
Wow, this is Dark Triangle, man. These are three men with some deep, dark shit going on.
That's what happens when you go into slip space. Day tripping ain't easy.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we leave him there, right? Maybe we'll give him some NyQuil or some shit to knock him out for the rest of the night, and then we'll get over to Fitch's place and see what's going on, because it's like the Susie thing all over. If we leave him alone, and then he fucking snaps out the other way and then doesn't know where he is, and then yeah.
Well, maybe we leave him a little note saying, "Hey, you're in my place,"
and not to open up the bedroom door, right?
Yeah, we'll just staple it to his shirt or something, and don't open that back door. Don't ever open that back door.
So you wouldn't consider splitting up?
We can. If you, yeah. I didn't want it to be the John Show again.
Oh, hey. It's all good with me. Whatever works.
Yeah, maybe that. I think that would probably make more sense than leaving him alone. But
yeah, probably would.
All right. So, well, if you don't want them tooling around your house, why don't you take your car, go back, and I'll jump on one of the trains and head over to Fitch's place real quick. hopefully everything's okay. And then I'll meet back up with you, and maybe we'll bring Fitch and Susie and the cat. It'll be like a fucking party, and we'll just we'll wait for things to kind of blow over a little bit.
That sounds like a plan to me. You know how to get in touch with me if you need me.
Yep. And then I'm like, shit. I don't. This is Chip's phone. What's your number again? Using my other phone.
I'll give you my number.
Types the number in real quick.
764-7586.
He shoots you like a text to make sure the number's in there.
Now, who is this?
It's me.
Oh yeah. Sorry, mate.
Actually, you know what? It could be a domain. It could be a friendly domain, or it could be a node identification number. Because nobody has phone numbers anymore. You have like an IP address, but it's like an IP25. So people generally, they're too long for people to remember usually. So you give them names, just like a domain name. You can make up your own. You can make up your own domain name.
Oh, cool. Oh,
what is that audio we're getting?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It almost sounded like a fan or like some kind of electric static.
Oh, it sounded like experimental death metal to me. I was kind of digging it.
I don't know. It's pretty quiet here. I would like. Shoot, I had a list of things.
Dark Nightmare.
Ooh.
Diasporatic. Oh wait, no. New Gonzo revivalist trash.
Fair.
I picked that up out of the book and I fell in love with it. So I was like, that's going to be my domain. New Gonzo revivalist trash at Carlisle.com or whatever.
All right, cool.
I should probably make a note of that.
Yeah, probably. All right, cool. So, all right, I'll leave you guys to it. Shouldn't have. Just be careful when you're leaving. But you know what? Let's all walk out together, just to be on the safe side.
All right.
Would we have come in? So I remember having my firearm while we were in Susie's dream world. So presumably we have like a soft case or some way to get that in and out of the hangar without being completely.
Yeah, actually, I assumed you had some sort of concealed carry.
Okay.
Going
That's
on.
fine. Yeah, I just want to make sure that wasn't going to cause any sort of a ruckus now that we're, walking in and out. I didn't think about it last time.
I don't think anybody at Diaspora Ranch would be too shocked to see a pilot armed.
Okay. All right.
When you get into the city proper, it might be a different question.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So he's got he probably just has his firearm in a soft case, and I guess you have like the Uzi thing. So do you have it just tucked up underneath your coat or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I get the Uzi. Yeah, as much as I can. That's
a trench coat. So, yeah. A trench coat with really deep reinforced pockets on the inside.
Yes. I'm walking holding my right arm stiff to my side, keeping it still.
Yeah, it's an old battle injury.
Yes. Oh yeah. Just gotta walk it off, mate.
So I guess we're one of us on either side of Chip, and we head out to your car then.
Nice. Is that a bit too much to drink? Yeah. All right. Get in there, Chip. All right. Let me buckle you in, boy.
As you guys are walking past the gate guard who kind of nods in your direction, Chip looks at you guys back and forth, and he's like, "Are we going for ice cream?
Yeah.
I want ice cream."
Yeah, we're going for ice cream.
The guard the guard raises one eyebrow.
I would imagine they would probably be used to it.
Yeah.
So I look at him and I'm like, yeah, it was one of those trips.
The guard smiles and says, "Plenty of orange juice. Keep them hydrated."
Yep, thank you. Good advice. All right. Is anybody lying in wait as we make our way back out to the parking lot?
No, it all seems quiet and normal.
All right. And we just had the one vehicle at that point, right? Because we burnt and threw the other one off a cliff. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I think it's Reggie's. Is it Reggie's vehicle?
Yep.
Yeah.
My car.
Okay. Yeah, it's a nice quiet night. It's a little bit chilly.
I'm like, all right, let me. I'll sit in the back with Chip, and then just drop me at the the closest tube, and I'll pop in over at Fitch's place.
All right.
Sounds good. And that doesn't take too long, and nothing weird happens. So you're on the tube. Reggie, you're headed back to your place with Chip. In the car, Chip snaps too, and he seems to be completely coherent. He remembers the mission, and he's really concerned about his phone. He confesses that he forgot to film the whole adventure, and he feels really bad about that. But he keeps patting himself. What did I do with my phone? He does not remember you taking his phone.
Do you still have it?
I kept it, yeah, so I can get a hold of it.
Okay.
Because I threw mine out the window when
That's
we were
right. That's
being
right.
tracked.
Okay, so now Chip is a little bit alarmed, but at least it's sort of a normal adult level of alarm. Like, what the fuck? Where's my phone?
Oh, don't worry, Chip Nash has your phone. It's safe. It's safe. You're not going to be needing your phone for a little while. We're going to get you all rested up.
All right, and then he just keeps apologizing over and over for forgetting to film it. He's like, and it hurts me more than it hurts you because I could put this stuff on my demo reel.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great. But I tell you what, you've got such an impressive body of work. You could miss a few things and still pick right back up again, and you'll just continue with your level of excellence.
That makes him smile.
Yeah, you got a nice smile too.
All right, you guys get back to your place, Reggie. Everything's cool. Everything's cash. By the time you get there, Chip is starting to zone out again, and he's gone back to wanting ice cream. Give me ice cream in the place.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, I do. There's vanilla ice cream.
That's cool because he's kind of slipped back into that childish stage, and you get the feeling if you just sat him down with a big bowl of ice cream, he'd shut the fuck up for a while.
Yes, that is exactly what. Okay, you sit right here. I'm going to get you some ice cream, okay? And I hurriedly over to my fridge, open it up. All right, good, vanilla. That's good. Great. Get a little spoon, stick it on his lap. Here you go, Chip. It's a nice bit of ice cream for you. Vanilla, your favorite, right? And here's a spoon. I'm going to put this blanket over you, behind you. You just kind of sit back here, and I'll put the TV on for you, or whatever there is in this future time. Future TV.
Yeah, it's still called TV, even though it works. It's actually digital streaming, but everybody still calls it TV.
All right. You like some cartoons? Some toonies? I'll put some toonies on.
Oh, he starts asking for cartoons that haven't been on for like 15 years.
Okay. All right. Oh, I think they might have. No, it's not a good time for that right now. That's not on until earlier in the day. I'll find something for you though. I'll flip through and just find some cartoony.
You're gonna want to throw some blankets over the paintings.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I take good care to move any of them that are out of my little workspace back into the workspace. And hey, this is gonna be. I'm gonna close this door and lock it. And, yeah.
I like that whole concept of you working your therapeutic issues out with paintings. What about the rest of your place? What does it look like? What does Reggie's home life look like?
It's kind of trashy. I feel like the main living area has the bed, like a couch, the kitchen. It's like all kind of open, and then there are two back rooms. There's like a bathroom, and then there's like the room that should be the bedroom, but because I live alone, that's where I do all my painting.
Is it a house or an apartment?
Apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dingy, kind of trashy, and then
it's kind of dingy, trashy. I mean, it's not so much like it's like really trashy as much as it's just not kept up. Like, cleanliness isn't something that's too important to me.
Okay, you're not
house proud. It's a roof over my head. Yeah.
All right, let's jump back to Nash then. By now, you've taken the train. You were going to Fitch's place?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. You get to Fitch's place. There is no sign of Fitch.
Lights are off. No car. No lights on. No nothing.
There's the one light that he always leaves on. But it doesn't look like anything's been moved. You don't see any of his gear. It's not like it doesn't seem like he even walked in.
So I go in. So I go up to the house and I kind of like peek in that window, see if I see anything going on. Presumably there's nothing. So he, slowly cranks the handle, tries to just open up the door and walk in. Because he expected, based on kind of what happened in the dream world, that this place was just going to be like an absolute ruckus.
Okay, let me get a reality check from you. Wasn't this where the firefight occurred?
No, so the firefight was at my place.
Okay.
And then when we were in the car and in the SUV out front of the house, that's when he was like, hey, can you take the cat, go pick up Susie, go back to your place, call Lithium, just kind of like keep an eye on shit while, I call in Reggie and Chip and, see what we can't find.
Okay. So were you ever here before? I mean, in session, in play?
In session, no.
Okay. So you haven't been here for a while, so you don't actually know whether it's the way he left it or not. But
okay.
His car is not here.
Okay. So I'll go up and try to open up the door and sneak into the house. I mean, he's doing it cautiously.
I think I'm going to go ahead and assume that you guys gave each other keys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So in you go. Doesn't look like anyone's been here recently.
Well, shit. He kind of, scratches his head. He does like the slow turn around, like everything's off.
Actually, one way that you know is that the air conditioning is on, even though it's nighttime and it's pretty cold out.
Huh.
So he hasn't been here for hours.
Yeah. So he'll go through the whole place just to make sure that, Susie's not hiding in a closet, like, any kind of thing. Like, the cat food's not there, the cat's not there, nothing's going on. There's like no evidence at all that he did what I asked him to do.
No evidence at all.
He's like, son of a bitch. Well, fuck, maybe he got held up at Susie's place. He's just kind of like rubbing his forehead, like trying to, puzzle it out. He's like, well, he was on foot. See, if he grabbed the cat, he had to carry her. I maybe went back to his place first and grabbed the car. Shit. So he dials him up again, tries to get him on the phone. I'm assuming nothing.
Goes to voicemail.
Like immediately, or does it actually ring? Like there's a potential that he would put, phone off?
No, it rings 3 or 4 times and then goes to voicemail.
Okay. So then he dials up Reggie then at that point.
Hello.
I know, there's our death metal soundtrack again.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's like Bleed from the channel next door.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'll mute and see if it's me, because there's nothing playing here, but hold on. Muted?
I'm still
Unmuted.
It's real intermittent.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet right now, but it remained... I could still hear it while you were muted.
My phone's not next to the laptop, so I don't think it's me.
I got nothing playing over here.
Yeah, I don't know. It could just be Google, maybe.
Yeah. It's kind of neat. I hope it just comes in at like opportune, dramatic moments.
Yeah, it's like a subtle backtracking or whatever.
Yeah, we should edit that shit together, call it our own, and we start a death metal band.
All right. Hey, Reggie, it's me. Fitch isn't here. Nobody's here.
There's nobody. Are you in? Did you get inside the house?
Yeah. I've got the key. He hasn't been here. I mean, since I don't know, since yesterday, I guess. I mean, we were at my place with the dream deck, and then the guys tried to kill us, and
Check the fridge. Check the freezer.
No, he's not gonna be. There's nobody here. I checked all the rooms. I checked the closets. Nobody's under the bed.
But I'm thinking maybe. Look, you've got to just look inside the freezer. Is there any more ice cream?
It's like, ugh. So he like gets like tense up, like maybe Reggie knows some weird shit. So he like opens up the fridge. It's Fitch's place. So there's like mustard and ketchup and like a half rotten onion and like that's it.
No, actually there is. In fact, there's two because Fitch apparently likes ice cream. There are two cartons, gallons, whatever the fuck they are.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna want to grab those.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm presumably for Chip. I mean, you're not having like a Jones or anything, right?
No. Yeah, they're for Chip. Definitely for Chip.
All right. Cool.
Look,
cool.
Do you feel safe over there?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. But I mean, I don't know where the fuck he went unless he had, an issue getting Susie from her place. But if he took the cat first, like I told him, I said, go in, get Jasper, grab the carrier, and then go get Susie and go to your place. So I feel like I should head back to my place and see if he even went in the fucking house.
Right, get the cat first, then go get Susie. There's a good chance he's over there.
He could be. I'm gonna go to my place first, because maybe he got snatched. Like even before. Look, I'm gonna go to my place and then I'll call you from there. And then
how long a drive is it from that? How long a drive is it gonna be?
I'm gonna say half an hour.
All right, just so I can keep tabs on when you should be calling me. Check in with me when you get there.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Good. Operation
just like all times. This is just like all times.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually it's not happening to us though. That's the only difference.
That's true. It's a little weird being on the other side of it. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, a little bit. How's Chip? Is he banging out okay?
He's having some ice cream. He's sitting nice and comfortable. We're just watching some toonies. Everything's fine.
All right. Anything gets crazy, you fucking call me right away.
Yeah.
All right.
For the last few minutes, Chip has been talking to animals, and you realize because he used to watch the show, he's rehearsing his dialogue for the TV show from when he was a kid.
Oh, that's wonderful. I remember this. I remember seeing this. Yeah. He's running through some lines for me from his old shows. I'm pretty sure that's what this is his. I'm gonna keep my eye on him though.
Yeah, maybe you should record it. We can give it to him later. He always wants to record everything.
That's a great idea. He's gonna love seeing this. I'm gonna do that. I'll record him.
All right, cool. Just don't tell him.
All right, I won't. That's even better. Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a call as soon as I get over to my place.
All right, half an hour.
Cool. Boop.
Click.
All right, so you call yourself a ride. Your ride shows up and takes you to your place, and nothing weird happens.
Okay.
So now you're at your place. You left the door. The door was kind of like kicked in, and you wedged it shut.
Yes. And I don't know what Fitch did or didn't do while he was there. So after the space lift guy takes off, he saunters up to the door. He kind of like checks left and right, make sure none of the neighbors are around.
All right, let me stop you right there. The door is unharmed. The door looks like it was never kicked in.
So he kind of like half drops to a crouch and he unslings the soft case and he's fiddling with the zippers. And again, he's looking around to make sure the neighbors aren't necessarily like watching.
No, it's like 9:30 or 10 at night now.
Yeah. So he goes up to the front door, pulls out his keys, and tries his key in the lock.
It fits. The door opens. You stepping in?
Yeah, so he stands off to the right-hand side of the door and puts the key in with his left hand. When it clicks open, he takes the key out, opens it up left hand, and pulls it so he's not in front of the door.
Gotcha.
And then as the door sort of like cracks open, he like peeks his head in real quick.
Just like this cat here.
Yeah. And then
Okay, you peek your head in real quick, and you smell paint. Fresh paint.
Okay. And if there's no shot that rings out, he will, open the door the rest of the way and kind of like tuck and roll in, weapon up in the middle of the room.
All right. You come up in the middle of the room. It's kind of dark in here, but everything has been put back the way it was. There are no holes in the wall. There's no damage to the door jamb. There's no blood on the carpet. And there's a smell of fresh paint.
So I can't think of the word. He becomes less tense. So he kind of like, all right. So slings the rifle, pulls out the phone, boop, calls up to Reggie.
Hello.
Hey, they were in my fucking house. So I don't. Did I see the cat? Did the cat come out?
I don't know.
You don't immediately see the cat.
Okay. So as I'm on the phone with Reggie, then he's like, calling around. He, go to the kitchen, grab like a bag of treats and start like shaking the bag. And he's like, hey, they Cordoba's guys, they were in the fucking house. They fixed the door. They repainted the wall. They patched all the walls. They must have tore the carpet up, or they fucking washed the carpet out. The blood's gone. Everything's like it was before.
Nano cleansers. They're amazing.
Okay, so that wouldn't sound outrageous to Reggie then, if that kind of thing exists.
Well, these guys are professionals. If it was them that did it, they've done a great job of covering their tracks. And in a few hours, you won't even smell the paint anymore.
Ah.
Yeah,
I don't think that place is safe anymore.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, it's not like they needed a key to get in. The fucking door was broken, but yeah, I don't.
Meow. Jasper.
What the hell was that?
The fucking cat. Come here, cat. Come here, buddy.
Okay.
Come here.
You hear Jasper clawing at the closet door. He's inside the closet.
Motherfuckers. So he goes in, he opens up the door, reaches down.
Jasper comes out and wants immediate reassurance.
So I pick him up. So I got the like phone in the crook of my thing. And I'm like, oh, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. And I'm like, ruffling his face. I'm, petting him. I'm like holding him to my chest. You can probably hear him purring in the phone.
Mm.
Yeah,
he's got
talking,
a nice purr.
He's talking a lot. You really wish you understood cat.
So he stretches him out like show cat. He like, hold on. He puts the phone down on the table and he like holds him up and he's like looking at his face. He's like looking at then rubbing his legs, make sure nothing's wrong with him.
He's totally fine.
All right,
but he has a lot to say though. He's meowing like.
So I picked the phone back up and I'm like, yeah. Fitch never made it into the house, dude. We were in front of my house, and I said go do the thing, and he got out of the car, and I pulled away, and they must have fucking snatched him. They must have had somebody else down the street. We never saw him. There's no way he would have bailed on me. There's no way.
No. Fitch is a lot of things, but he would not bail on you. So, where would they take them? I'm not even 100% sure I understand who you've been dealing with, but where do you think they would take them and why?
Man, the only thing I can think is they take them back to the Somnambula headquarters, right? I mean, they sent a cleaner team in here to fucking fix my house after they tried to kill me. Like they're covering up all aspects.
You can still smell the paint?
Well, right now, yeah. They must have left not too long ago.
So in a situation like this, I wonder if we would be able to sort of surmise how long we have before they just disappear. If it's not too late already.
Well, so Ingwe Cordoba is the corporate executive owner, whatever, of Somnambula Inc., which is this huge multinational corporation. So he's not going anywhere. I mean, he has.
Well, I don't mean. I mean.
I think he means Fitch and Susie. Yeah.
Oh, Fitch and Susie. Oh, I don't know. Like that, I'm going there next because if he didn't make it here, he obviously didn't make it there.
Hey Nash, give me a brains roll. Tell me your highest.
4.
Okay, well, you're pretty sure that they wouldn't do anything to Susie because Susie is valuable, very valuable to their experiment.
Right.
Fitch, that's another question.
So he's like, well, I mean, they didn't look. They need her, right? Like she's the crux of this whole thing. Whatever he's got going on with this fucking deep AI shit and whatever. When Lithium called Fitch, he told Fitch to get out of the house. So they didn't want Fitch right away, but he's expendable, I guess, right? Like, what do they need Fitch for unless to bring me in, right? I mean, they could hold him and ransom him in that kind of way, but I hope she's okay. I mean, it doesn't mean they haven't grabbed her, but I don't think they'll hurt her. If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense. Is there anything we can do from her dreams to affect the situation?
Yeah, we were there. That didn't go very well.
But I'm wondering now if there is anything that we could do now that we know that they have her. If there's something we can do to manipulate things from inside her dreams.
You feel like going back?
I don't think that's a good idea, Reggie. Chip's fucked up, and that wasn't a good ride for me the first time.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
I mean, if nothing else, I got to swing by her place and see if she's there. If she's there, then maybe we could stash her at your place.
All right, that's probably the best. That needs to be the next step then. I'm sorry, I missed that part. Yeah, you need to head over there, but do me a favor. Don't just get out and waltz right in there. You need to do some recon around the area.
Yeah, well, I'll call for another lift and have them drop me off down the street. And well, fuck, I have Jasper. Shit.
Who, by the way, is happily eating the food you poured now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I should swing by your place first. Like he's a good cat and all, but I can't take him on mission, right? I mean,
a cat might help out. Chip here. He's been doing a lot of talking to animals. Yeah, why don't you drop Jasper off? Bring some extra food. I don't have any cat food here.
Yeah, cool. I'll grab what I've got here, and before I come in, I might go to the neighbor and see if they saw anything weird going on.
By the way, I should just tell you because this is just common knowledge. It's not uncommon to get your groceries delivered via drone. I mean, you could just dial up the local drone grocer and have them send you some ice cream or whatever the hell. It'll come by drone within like 30 minutes.
Cool, that's awesome.
Okay, and Red, you were what, like 10 minutes away or 20 minutes away?
Yeah,
I don't remember you being too far.
I think it was 20.
Something. Okay. So I'll grab the ice cream and I'll grab the cat and I'll head over to your place. What? So I'm gonna talk to the neighbor and then I'll shoot right over to your place.
I love it.
Cool.
We're having a little party over here.
All right. I'll see you in about a half hour.
All right.
All right. So he leaves the cat for the moment out, and so he can eat and go to the bathroom because God knows how long he was locked up for. And I'll shoot over to the neighbor on my left. His name is George. He's married. He's got 2 little kids.
Okay, when you guys walked out the first time carrying the dead body rolled up in the carpet, there was a neighbor that talked to you. Is that George?
That was probably George. Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll
nosy that George. Yeah, it was definitely George.
So I guess he goes over. He leaves put the gun back in the case, like leave it like along his porch, like in the shrubs there, kind of like along the stoop, and knock on the door.
Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, George?
It's going good. That friend of yours, he's spending a lot of money. What's he going to take over the place?
What do you mean? You talking about Fitch?
Well, yeah. I mean, when I saw you guys moving the carpet out of the house, and I assumed he was getting ready to move in, but then I saw him send in that work crew, and boy, what is he doing? Renovating? Are you selling the place?
No, and move away from good folks like you. No, that's no. It's nice in here. It's quiet. It's a little away from the city a little bit. No, he was overseeing some things for me because I had to make a slip jump. The whole pilot thing. But slip. It's what I do. Did he come over and say anything? Did the workers didn't bother you at all? Like it was, they did okay.
Okay, what you learn from George? It takes a while because he's chatty. So just it's going to take like 10 or 15 minutes just to get it because he keeps talking about his wife and their vacation, and you ought to go to the Bahamas. It is really beautiful, especially this time of year. But you do manage to learn that work crew showed up. And they had carpenters and painters, and it all looked very legit as far as he was concerned. But he knew that you had left, so he just thought it was, good neighborly behavior on his part to go introduce himself, just to kind of let these guys know that he was keeping an eye on them.
Mm-hmm.
But they produced the worksheet that came from it. It said Jack Nash on it, and that you had ordered a bunch of work done. And it all looked fine to me. That I personally would not leave workmen unguarded in my house. You don't know, these days, you can't trust people just like that. You should be a little more guarded, Jack. But
no,
I kept my eye out for you, and they don't seem to have taken anything.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming over. I had a quick run I had to make. I kind of thought Fitch was gonna hang out here while they were working, but I guess maybe something came up and.
That must be it. He was probably just detained. I knew you wouldn't leave your place unguarded with a bunch of strange workmen inside. That must have been it. Fitch is well, I don't know him too well, but he's a little gruff toward me whenever I talk to him.
Yeah, he's a little prickly on the outside. You got to get to know him a little bit better. Maybe next time he's over, we'll have you over for a couple of beers. We'll play a little poker.
That sounds great. I would love to do that. In fact, I've got a regular poker game that happens on Wednesdays. Let me print up the info sheet for you.
You know what? I'll get it for you when I come back because I've got to grab the cat and I'm actually on my way back out again. I wanted to make sure that the guys didn't bother you. They didn't like uproot any plants and shit outside. Just kind of like dragging all their crap in and out of the house.
These guys were very professional. I'll tell you, just take a minute. I'll just print it out for you.
Oh yeah, and like he goes to do it while I'm just still standing there. I'm like, oh.
He's got this nice little card. He's like specially bought the paper. It's decorated with a nice border all around the outside that shows like the deck of cards scattered all around the outside. And he's using some cool font to talk about his Wednesday poker night. There you go. It's like a double-sized business card kind of a deal.
Cool.
He's really proud of it. I laid this up myself. I used Printmaster version 4.0, and I got to tell you, it's getting better and better these days. Can you feel the embossed surface on that?
So he takes the card and he holds it and saying, like, rubs his fingers, like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's a quality work right there.
It's what they call a 2.5D printer. It's amazing. Let me show you the device. It's over here.
George, I got the card. I'll call you like he does the hand to his, fingers to his face motion. It's cool. Thanks for checking everything out. Have a great night. Tell Mary I said hey, and I'll catch you next week.
You got it. I'll warm a seat for you and make a little extra nachos.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, George. So he waits.
That sounds like it's going to be a real fun night.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to RP that poker session. So
we now have Jesse here. I'm gonna jump back. Jesse, you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. I don't know when you began listening to the podcast, but when you came back, you were at 0 psyche.
Yes.
And you are like phasing in and out of adult consciousness. You keep on kind of flashing back to when you were a kid. Same thing that happened the very first mission you went out on. You keep flashing back to when you were a young kid, and you keep thinking that your shoot is tomorrow and you have to run your lines. So you're running lines of dialogue. You are in Jesse's apartment, and he's given you a big bowl of ice cream, which you've mostly finished. But unfortunately, I have to tell you, you are not really in control of your character unless I tell you you are.
Makes sense.
Thanks for coming.
Gee golly, Jesse, this sure is some good rocky road.
Reggie.
My name's Reggie. You can call me Jesse if it makes you comfortable, though.
Yeah, you're conscious again for a minute right now, and you remember that Jack took your phone, and you're not sure why, and you're very sorry for not filming the jump. And you're looking around, and Reggie's place is really weird. There's a bunch. It looks like he's got a bunch of sheets covering a bunch of paintings all around the room.
What the? Reggie,
You're
where are
wrapped in
we?
a very nice. You have like a nice blanket sort of wrapped around you, and you've got the ice cream in front of you, and there's some cartoons on the television.
Ah, this is where are we in like a? Is this a nursery or something? Are we in a? Do you have a kid?
You're in my home, and I sort of feel like I've been taking care of a kid for the last few hours. Are you back?
I don't know. What's been?
Oh, no. This
Did
is
I
all for you.
go
I'm trying to make you
Uh,
comfortable.
Jesse, the last thing you remember, well, actually, you do remember being inside Diaspora Ranch. You were sitting on the ground looking up at Jack, and he was saying things, he was repeating things that was very calming and very soothing, but you don't remember what happened before that, and then you start thinking about, you remember this giant baby, and then you get really, really scared, and you wet yourself, and Reggie, he's gone again.
Damn it. All right, come here. I'll sit back next to him and I'll put my arm around him. Okay, Daddy's
Do you have
here.
any cherries, Jesse?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get some cherries for you. Mommy's coming home with some more ice cream and some cherries for the top of your whipped cream there. It's going to be all right. Why don't you tell me about the animals
great
again?
swell.
Tell me about the animals again, Chip.
I love the spots on the tigers.
Chip, you especially love the big fluffy dog that you used to hide in the studio after filming, and you would curl up around this dog and sleep with it, and it was your best friend. You felt it was the only person in the world who loved and understood you. And in fact, ever since then, you've got this weird fondness for dogs.
Do you know where Rascal is?
This was a secret that was drawn out of you in hypnosis. You've never told anyone, but you do have a lot of dog paraphernalia around your apartment, like paintings and plush dog animals. And now they know why. You have this weird fondness for dogs because you fell in love with a dog when you were a little kid.
Do you know where Rascal is? I miss him.
We're talking about Rascal again. I don't want to. No, Rascal is probably safe in his home. He's with his friends and his family, and Rascal's fine. But right now, what's important is that you just relax and just kind of take a deep breath and enjoy some nice ice cream and toonies.
Okay.
And now it's time for Deep Space Explorers.
Yay!
Wonderful! Yeah, they're both clapping on the couch. Yeah, Deep Space Explorers, your favorite.
And we'll cut back to Nash. Nash, your ride has come and taken you, and you were going straight to Reggie's?
Yeah, I was gonna grab the cat, grab the gun, head over to Reggie's place.
Okay, well, when you show up there in the middle of watching Deep Space Explorers.
All right,
I've
so
made
it's
a
like,
cardboard helmet.
so yeah, I come in and I'm like, any change? This is kind of you guys watching cartoons.
Oh, everything's fine, Nash. How are you?
They're talking about black holes.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's great. I'll sort of like get up and pat Chip on the. Yeah, just keep watching that and walk up to Nash. Okay, where's the ice cream? I ran out, and I'm afraid what's going to happen if I tell him he can't have any more ice cream.
So he's got the cat in one hand. He's got like plastic bag with 2 tubs of ice cream in it. His hand holds out the ice cream to you.
The cat. And
You're
the
not-
ice cream.
Are you allergic? Because like he's gonna he's got to stay for a little bit.
I don't think I'm allergic. We're gonna find out though.
I guess so.
Hey, Chip, look what I've got for you. Uncle Jack brought you over a nice kitty.
You didn't find Rascal?
No, this is not rascal, but this'll do. All animals need love. You know that. Here you go, and I'll put the cat on his lap.
Yeah.
His name is Jasper. What's next, Nash?
Sort of rhymes with rascal, so maybe.
Hello,
it's a little
Jasper. Would you like some ice cream?
Oh, don't not.
No.
Then to lick the ice cream off the
Fine,
spoon,
Chip.
and then he's putting it in his mouth.
Kitty cats love ice cream.
They do.
Well, all right, I guess so. I mean, I try to keep him on the. All right, forget it. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
This is real life bleeding into.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, shit. So I talked to the neighbor, and
Day Trippers, the game of interdimensional journeying and pet nutrition.
this is like our fear game bleeding over. We just RP like everything. Yeah. So I talked to my neighbor. He said a work crew came in. I guess he saw Fitch for a minute, but I don't.
No, he did not see Fitch.
Oh, he did not see him at all. Okay. He didn't see Fitch. Guys came in. They didn't bother anybody. They didn't take any of my shit. I mean, they fixed the place up so like nothing ever happened.
They look like a commercial cleanup crew.
Yeah.
And they were not like the black suit, sunglasses kind of guys.
Right. And presumably they didn't leave me a bill, so I couldn't say like, "Oh, I had some work done." Like they just did it.
Oh, in fact, they had a mocked up work order with your name on it.
Yeah, to show anybody who, yeah. So I'm like, I you just gotta head over to Susie's and
Gotta check Susie's.
yeah. I mean, after that, I'm out. I don't know. Like, the next step would be to like head out to Somnambula, but that's going to be a tough nut to crack. I feel like we need to like come to the table with more.
What about this lithium fella? He knows nothing about this.
I think he knows more than he's letting on. I mean, he
Well,
called.
perhaps we need to get him in a room somewhere. Like old times.
He gets work for us. We light touch.
Light touch. You've got two, one of your, your lady friend, presumably, and you're one of your best friends, and we don't know where they are. And they're cleaning your house.
I know. I hear you. I mean, he's been pretty solid with us. I mean, there was an incident when we came back the first time, and he's not real happy with me. I mean, we kind of made up, but I'm not really sure where I look. First things first. Let me run over Susie's.
But I want you to think, as you're going, I want you to think real hard about getting Lithium aside and talking to him more about what he may or may not know.
It's fair. That's fair. I'm assuming that he would probably have a domain that's fairly unique that would be memorable. Because again, I don't have my phone.
Oh, you're talking about lithium?
I'm talking about lithium, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his domain name is Lithium Rocks.
Makes perfect sense.
ROX.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to stay with Chip and I'll go, or
I'm going to be honest with you. He's jumping in and out of coherence, and I'm not 100% certain it would be a good idea. We can either take him with us, or someone needs to stay with him.
Fuck. All right. Well, if nobody's there, I'm coming right back here. No harm, no foul. If she's there, she was fairly pliable when I saw her the last time, so I should just be able to get her in a car. We'll come back. This should be easy. I mean, she's either there or she's not.
You bring her right back here. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You
well,
check in. You check in with me.
Okay.
Hey, are you going to take Reggie's vehicle or call for a ride?
Take my vehicle.
Yeah. That's
no one knows my vehicle.
Right. Cool. All right. I'll do that. Thanks.
All right.
No, thank you.
Off he goes. Reggie and Chip sit down to watch some more telly. And, it's about 20 minutes later. Nash, you make it to Susie's place.
All right. What does it look? So I will circle the block once to get an initial impression. The lights on, lights off, cars out front, no cars. Just trying to get like a sense of.
Lights are on. No cars outside.
Okay. So she could be home then. All right. So he'll come back around the block slow, park in her driveway, or I don't remember if she had a house or condo or.
Actually, I don't either, but we'll say house because you just said driveway.
Okay, cool. So I pull up in a driveway. I will turn the car off. This is not to draw any kind of suspicion. Grab the gun in the case and go up and just try the front door, assuming that she's probably going to be out of it. He would just go right for the door.
The door is not locked.
He steps in.
The place looks the same as you left it last time. There's like a couple socks on the floor from when you were dressing her before and trying to find the right socks. The garbage from where she'd been eating in front of the TV for many days, that's all still there.
Okay.
The bed sheets are rumpled. You had her in there when you were trying to coax her back to reality. You can't really tell if there's no proof that she's been here, but you do find a piece of paper on the bed.
Okay.
And it's folded up. And on the outside, it says, "Dear Jack."
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck. He takes a deep, steadying breath and starts to read through.
It is Susie's handwriting. And she writes, "Dear Jack, it is with a heavy heart that I must inform you I'm leaving you. Your behavior of late has been strange and dangerous and impossible for any sane person to comprehend. I finally realized that you were never really ready to commit to our relationship. You have caused some harm to me, and I have suffered temporary amnesia because of it. Dr. Martez has filled me in on your actions and has convinced me that your attachment was unhealthy. I agree with her. The few memories I have of the last several months are proof of that fact. I am seeking therapy to find myself again, and I suggest you do the same. I think you should stop day tripping, as it has clearly affected your sanity. That is why I hold no grudge against you, but I must ask that you stay away from me. Do not come looking for me. I hope that one day you can find happiness in this world, but it is not with me. Sincerely, Susie Garp."
And he just his hand, he's holding the letter up in front of him, and it just kind of like letter flutters from his hand. He kind of looks up at the ceiling, rubs his head like, fuck. And he kind of he tries to think, he's like, well, it looks like her handwriting, but she was completely out. Martez, she's no good. I mean, fucking, she's in on shit. Fuck. He picks the letter back up again. He folds it back up, sticks it in his pocket, calls Reggie.
Hello?
Man, it's a good thing that we got the package where like all this shit is free because you're fucking killing me. Look, she's not here. It doesn't look like she was, place is fucked up like it was before, but I found a note and it looks like she wrote it and it's fucked up. And it's not entirely untrue what she says, but she said she's undergoing therapy with Dr. Martez. That was her psychology teacher over at the school. She's the one that I saw when I came back, when I went through all that shit. But she's in on things. Like, she's using the dream decks in class and they were given to her by Cordoba. So like, I don't trust that. But she says not to come and look for her, but I can't, I don't know if it's really from her or not. You know what I mean? Like, it could be.
Yeah, this is clearly to throw you off the trail. Clearly.
I would think, because like, where the fuck did Fitch go? Like,
this is why I asked about the whole manipulating things through the dream worlds, because I feel like Susie is being controlled.
she is because of the dream deck or whatever. I mean, the fucking the sensors.
Well, they're doing it through that though. So we've got to be able to counter that.
So we took the dream deck the last time we were here, so like, she doesn't have that. I mean, she didn't have it here. I mean, they could have given her another one at this point.
Have you tried to do any sort of reverse engineering on the dream deck itself?
I don't know anything about that shit.
Yeah. He glances over at Chip. Didn't Chip have some sort of affinity with that kind of shit?
Like he's mechanics or electronics or some shit. He was picking up. I think he picked up some kind of useful skills when he was out with us last time.
It's a recording device, right? It's a recording device.
Yeah,
he's into that sort of thing. He's into that recording. Maybe he can look at the dream deck. He's got to be able to do it. We've got to get him back on his feet.
But I mean, I think all the information that we found in the dream world, we unfortunately relived while we were just there. And the other stuff that we looked at just on the dream deck itself was just normal, everyday kind of stuff. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy.
Well, I still think it's worth having Chip taking a look at it. Maybe we can sort of kind of work backwards from manufacturing somehow and get some more names of people to talk to about how these devices are made. Maybe we can sort of do that behind the scenes. And then at the same time, we need to speak with Lithium, get some more information from him, because we can't just go walking up to some Nebula Industries and just demand where Susie is, because her words can't be trusted at all.
Yeah. I mean, they're manipulating her for sure. So, I mean, they could just, trot her out and, have her say some rehearsed shit, and then, that's the end of it.
We're going to save her to Spider. I love it.
Yeah. Shit. All right. He would look for something in the house that had some special meaning for the two of them, like two with air quotes, like something that she would be a touchstone for her, for their relationship, that maybe
like that photograph that she framed of you guys on one of your first dates when you went to the amusement park.
Yeah, something like that. He would grab that.
By the way, while you're looking around the house, you realize there's no dream deck here.
Well, we had taken it.
Okay.
Or was that Fitch's? Fuck, we really need a wiki.
Yeah, we do. But wherever it wasn't there either.
Okay.
No.
Right.
You've been to all three places now. No dream decks.
Yeah. So we in the second episode had gotten a dream deck, and it might have been Fitch's.
It was Fitch's.
Okay. And we tried to play the data on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I feel like we took it when we were there last time, so she wouldn't connect back to it. But
You took it to the ship, and it's probably still on the ship.
okay.
I wonder if I could get a prescription.
But there was also Susie had one, and now it's not here.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, so he grabs the picture, figuring that maybe that'll be, something that he can use if he winds up finding her, to be like, hey, no, it's us, it's you, it's me. And then he says to Reggie, like, look, I'll call Lithium, and I'm heading back to your place, and we'll see what he says, and then we'll regroup, I guess, and try to figure out what the fuck to do next.
All right. I'll go down to my Therabot and try to get a prescription for a dream deck. Maybe that's we can get our hands on one that way.
Well, give it a shot. I don't know. Presumably they give them out for that stuff, right?
Who knows?
No, they are commercially available. It'll cost you about 10 megabucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nash, you will be heading back to Reggie's?
Yes.
Okay. Reggie, you just barely hung up the phone when you get another message coming in.
Do I recognize the number, or what is it?
Do a brains roll for me. Tell me how high you get.
Brains.
Beat 4.
4 on
Nice.
the dot.
4 on the dot. Okay, you do recognize this. The name is, it says Bento 2. And you know that has something to do with your military unit, but you can't remember who that is.
Bento 2. Where do I know that name? Well, one way to find out. Hello.
Reggie. Oh,
Yeah.
you remember, you recognize the voice. This is Bento Hajir. He was a captain in the Special Forces. At one point, he was your direct supervising officer, and then you were shunted to another unit. But you haven't heard from him in years. He says, you'll be interested to know that I've been promoted and now find myself in a position to offer you a job. This is a job that I really suggest you take. It's an emergency rescue operation, and you have 1 hour to get a team together and get to Diaspora Ranch. One of ours is lost out in the field. You're being reactivated.
I'm being reactivated. Now, I was under the impression that
I will
I'd been
meet you at
burnt.
Diaspora Ranch in precisely 1 hour. Bento out. He hangs up.
Fuck, I'm in bonsai. What am I going to do about this? Start pacing back and forth. All right, does any of this... All right, I'm gonna call Nash. Yeah, I'm gonna call Nash right now.
Diaspora Ranch. Jesse just asked, why does it sound familiar? That's the place where most day trips in the world leave from. It's also known affectionately as Tracy Island, and that's where your ship is moored, docked, held right now.
Oh, there we go. All right. So I wasn't trying to be sneaky. It was like that sounds really familiar, and I was wondering if it sounded right to anybody else as well. So
Yeah, I was typing as Todd saw it.
I figured the audience might as well use a refresher, as you know.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right, I'm calling Nash up.
Okay, Nash, it's Reggie on the phone.
So he was, he's got like one hand on the wheel, and he was getting ready to like voice call in Lithium's number, and the phone rings. Like, oh fuck, Reggie, what, dude? We just got off the phone.
We've got a problem.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, we've got another problem. I've just been reactivated out of nowhere by one of my old captains.
Who?
It's Bento Hajir.
Bento Hajir.
Now, would I know him at all, or no?
No, because this guy was special forces, and you only accidentally crossed paths with Reggie.
Gotcha. Okay.
You were more of a grunt. Reggie was a covert thing.
SEAL Team 6 kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is a major play by this organization. I don't know what they're up to, but this does not smell right.
Well, I will tell you this, Reggie. You're not completely surprised. First off, there's the old maxim that once you're in, you never get out.
Okay, right.
And next off is the fact that you guys have specialized training such that you can't even talk to other people in the outside world about it. And so it's not really that peculiar for a guy like you to be reactivated for an emergency scenario.
Okay. All right. Look, I know you know exactly what kind of a situation this is. I cannot refuse this. I have got to show up there in 1 hour.
Well, what do they say? I mean, what are they doing?
It's a rescue mission. It leaves off of Diaspora.
Fuck, we were just up there. Crap. I mean, I guess they pretty much just gave you an ultimatum, right?
Pretty much. I don't think we need this kind of heat down upon you, especially considering everything that is going on.
Do you think? I mean, you think it's related? I mean, do you think
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know, right? Like, so maybe they get you or us or whatever. Like, are they pulling for you by yourself or?
I wouldn't put anything past this organization, but they did say for me to put together a team. And right now, you and Chip here are my only team.
Fuck, you don't think they're trying to get us out in a fucking slip space and then put the axe on us?
Hey. That's always a possibility with these people. You know. You gotta be on your toes all the time. I'm surprised they didn't X me when they burned me. That's why I disappeared. But they found me. So that means they know where I am.
I mean, I could see they might know about Chip, but like you're a complete fucking wild card. Like nobody should know that you're here. So maybe
these guys have connections, though. They can trace you. They can trace anybody.
Can you get a hold of Lithium within the hour?
Yeah, I'll call him as soon as I'm done. Yeah, as soon as we get off the phone, I'll call him.
Let's see if we can meet with him before we have to be up there.
Fuck, but we're what, like 20 minutes from Diaspora? I'm 20 minutes from Reggie's. Like I could talk to him on the phone.
See if he can set something up, and then we can just like meet somewhere.
Meet someplace up on the way.
Yeah. Even if it's like a truck stop or something.
Yeah. Which might be safer than anywhere else.
Yeah, right, exactly. Make it random and last minute so that it's like there's no way it could just be, traced.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let me call him and I'll try to set up something on the highway. We'll just grab some fucking truck stop or some shit. See if we can't get him to meet us up there.
All right. I'm gonna try to get a car here.
Oh shit! That's right. I got your car. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. This is really, really coming down to it. I love it. Just like old times.
God damn it. All right. I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Okay. You are going to a truck stop, which apparently you guys designated, off exit 71. And I guess you're going to have to call for a ride, Reggie.
Yep.
And Chip, let's see your state right now. Oh, Chip, you're coherent again.
Hey, are we watching a show about black holes?
Yes, we are, Chip.
Bill like blanket over him, sitting cross-legged, like just starts eating the ice cream again.
I come up to Chip, I grab him by the face. Chip, are you with me? Are you back?
What? Oh, Reggie. Oh, holy crap. Where's Jack?
Jack? We're gonna go meet Jack right now, but I need to know if you're back.
Oh,
how do you feel?
I mean, man, my head is spinning, but
all right.
I think I'm okay.
Well, I'm going to be calling a car. We're going to be going for a little ride. We're back in action.
Okay, Chip, You feel you feel a little bit tired. It's like a mental fatigue as well as physical.
Yep.
There's kind of a weird lingering taste in your mouth. In fact, it's been lingering for hours and you don't know what it is.
Okay.
But you want more of that.
Okay. I realize it's not the ice cream.
It's not the ice cream. No.
Yeah. So I kind of put that down. All right.
You feel like you're missing something and you don't even know what it is. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
You're also having a hard time remembering large chunks of the last 6 hours.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Okay. I mean, I think I'm good. Oh. You want any pickles?
Do I have any pickles?
It's a kind of a bitter metallic taste. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I got some pickles.
Ice cream and pickles. Are you pregnant?
Yes. It's this crazy experimental thing they used to do to us in the army where they impregnated us, so probably.
Day Trippers Junior Edition.
Yeah.
I'll be playing the role of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Of course. All right, here's some pickles. The car's going to be here in a few minutes, and we're going to head up.
All right.
Shit. I take the
And he'll
bag of cat
crack
food
the lid
and I
off
open
the-
it up on the floor.
Okay. Reggie, you know this because you've got a little bit of a background. You've got some experience with drugs. That the craving for pickles is often a side effect of Zoom Zoom, and it's not it's not pickles really. It's the taste of the Zoom Zoom, which has this bitter metallic taste to it, and it makes you want to taste that again. This is not an uncommon side effect
Ah, shit. Okay,
Of-
so
of Zoom Zoom addiction.
he's addicted?
Did Reggie just fucking turn Chip into an addict?
He did.
All right, so oh no. Okay, so when I get the pickles, right? I'm gonna. Well, does it seem like it's
The pickles,
hurting him?
the pickles taste good, but it's not filling the hole.
Well, I'm trying to debate morally whether or not I should sprinkle some Zoom Zoom into the pickles before I give it to him. Do I know enough to think that it's going to just progressively get worse and he's going to be having issues within the time frame that we need him to be coherent?
Well, it is a powerful, addictive amphetamine, and he has no tolerance to it at all. And you've never seen addiction kick in quite so fast, but maybe it's tied to his mental state.
Well, he wanted some field experience. He's going to get some field experience. I sprinkle. It's just a little bit into the pickles before I give it to him.
Chip, when you eat that pickle, now it's filling the hole. That hits the mark. There's something special about this pickle. You don't even question it. You eat that pickle as fast as you can, and you feel like a burst of energy. You feel you're back again. You feel full and whole, and not only that, you feel excited and kind of amped up. And let's do something. Let's do something.
Reggie, these are the best pickles.
I know, right?
You tell me, where did you buy these? All right, wait, no, not right now. Stop. We have to go get Jack.
Yeah, we're going
Jack right
to
now.
we're
Get
gonna
in
go
the
meet
car.
Jack.
We have to go get Jack right now. Give me another pickle, and then we're gonna go get Jack.
All the pickles
Give me
for
a
you.
gun.
All
I
the
need a gun now.
We're gonna hold off on the gun
If
for
it's
now.
just me and you, if
Just-
Jack is not here and if he is in trouble, you need to give me a gun because we're gonna have to save Jack.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got the one gun right now, and you ain't getting this one. I promise you, though, if we get an extra gun, you'll have the extra gun.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're
We're gonna be
right.
okay. We're gonna be
All right.
okay.
That's great. Give me. I need another pickle.
Okay, have another pickle.
Your ride is in the driveway.
All right, let's go.
Let's get in the car. And he just
Yeah,
starts looking it down the hallway.
all right, then, mate. We're going to the truck stop on Route 7 Upper Ways. please.
Okay. Yeah. Chip, you feel like dancing. You're like when you get to the car, you kind of stand. It's kind of you feel like your muscles just want to move. You just wanna,
Can you please put some upbeat music on for me, mate?
and off you go.
Windows rolled down. He's like tapping on the side of the car. Go, 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 go.
All right, we're gonna cut to 20 minutes later at the truck stop off exit 71, and Jack is already there.
All right. Did I talk to Lithium on the way up to try to convince him to meet us there?
Lithium's not answering. Went straight to voicemail.
Fuck. So I'm waiting already. Like you could tell I'm tense when you guys pull in. And
You've just tried calling Lithium again, and no voicemail.
yeah, I've been calling like every 10 minutes. So as soon as the car pulls away, I look, there's nobody around us. I'm like, he's not answering the phone. I can't get a hold of him. He's not answering the phone. Goes right to voicemail.
No. Well, that's no good.
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, if we had anybody on our side, maybe it was him. I don't know if he got burned. I mean, like I said, we had a bit of a falling out.
I don't know the man, but I doubt he was on your side.
Well, yeah.
He did warn you. He warned Fitch.
You weren't Fitch. Fuck. I mean, I guess we're going to shit alone then.
Did we jump into Reggie's? Did we basically like get out of the car we called and hop into Reggie's car?
I was out of the car, so we're standing in the parking lot.
Okay. Chip will have jumped into the back seat of Reggie's car.
So like I'm trying to talk to you guys, you just like jump in the car.
Yep.
He's very excited. He's okay. We're gonna be okay. Yeah.
He's playing air guitar. There's no music.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah. He's like hitting the backs of the seats and like banging on the ceiling and bumping around.
He's got the music in him, it's just insane.
Going around an empty pickle jar as he does it.
What the fuck? I mean, he was all fucking zonked out before. What the hell's going on?
It's good. It's fine. He snapped out of it, and I gave him a little pick me up, and I think we're gonna be okay.
Wait, what?
It's probably gonna be fine. Probably.
What? Fuck! We're gonna need him. Like
Yeah,
he's the guy
he's
that
it.
does like the mechanics shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him in a situation where he can, channel his enthusiasm, and it's gonna be all right. But I think maybe
Come on, guys, let's go! I need a gun.
he's gonna. I told him perhaps maybe later a gun if there's an extra one, if it might be helpful. I mean, it might be good to have an extra gun in a tight spot, but obviously you can veto that. But I think maybe you should try Lithium one more time, and then
all right,
let's get the hell out of here.
So he pulls the phone out, looks down at the phone, punches a button, tries calling Lithium one more time.
Goes immediately to voicemail.
And I hold the phone out, like it's on speaker, and it's just like picks up, like leave a message. And he's like throws his hands up in the air, like what the fuck?
Well, we don't want the black helicopters bearing down on us, so I think we should just get our asses to Diaspora.
Fuck.
Not Diaspora. Diaspora? Diaspora.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diaspora.
I mean, because there are other. I don't know where the fuck Fitch is. I don't know where Susie is. You left food for the cat, right? Like,
Yeah.
You left
Oh, yeah.
food, water, and
Yeah, he's got water. I left him some food. He's gonna be fine too.
all right.
Did I sprinkle? Did you? No, I didn't do that. No, we're fine.
Actually, to tell you the truth, he didn't say that he did any of those things. But I'm sure the cat will finish whatever's left in that bowl of ice cream.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I guess we head up to the ranch then. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
When you get to the ranch, you are met at the outermost doors of Tracy Island Bay by Bento Hajir. He is in his full Special Forces uniform. He salutes you on your way in, Reggie, and he nods toward the other two men. Look, we don't have much time. Come with me. He takes you into one of the conference rooms.
All right. Yeah. I mean, at this, I'm just gonna follow him.
Yeah. Chip nods like 6 times. Hey.
In the conference room, he sits you down, dims the lights, and puts on a holoprojector. There's a picture of a short-haired blonde woman smiling beside an old man who you recognize because he's a scientist who's kind of well known, especially among intraspace explorers. The guy's name is Dr. Benjamin Marlowe. Bento informs you that there's a rescue call currently out for Benjamin Marlowe's daughter. Her name is Joan Marlowe. She's a day tripper herself, and she's been experimenting with a prototype design of her father's personal RA field generator. Now, let me explain this. Unlike the ships that you guys pilot, Dr. Benjamin Marlowe has been experimenting with a belt-worn device that would create a personal RA field, allowing you to slip dimensionally the same way as a slip ship can, but solo, alone, without any vehicle.
Jesus.
It's called a slip belt, and this right here, he clicks the button on the little remote controller. You see a silver alloy plate about 4 feet in diameter, 3-4 feet in diameter, and he says that the slip belt is worn and then frequency tuned to this plate from which the person is launched and to which they're supposed to return. As a safety precaution, this system features a recall mechanism that reverses the charge of the belt and brings its wearer back to Earth, where they rematerialize upon the plate. Well, her slip out went without a hitch, and there was no communication following that, but as you know, up-vector transmission can be rather spotty as far as reliability is concerned, and so it wasn't a cause for alarm. Until several hours ago, when the doctor's automated return pad fired off the return signal. Anticipating seeing his daughter, he rushed to the plate and found something else instead. He clicks the button one more time. You see, let me see, I'm going to screen share this. Well, no, I'm not. I'll save it. It's a big crystal egg. It's about 4 or 5 feet long. It's kind of egg-shaped. It's not really literally an egg, but it's shaped like an egg, and it's made of some sort of red crystal, which is semi-transparent. Inside the crystal was an oversized rat skeleton, and the rat skeleton was wearing Joan's slip belt.
Ooh.
He called us. We came to the site, and we hammered open that egg. Turns out it was hollow on the inside, and the rat was found to have a slip of textile fabric on which was written in what looks like blood in Joan's handwriting, "I'm being held prisoner, Cave of Blue Flame." Now, I'll remind you that she left yesterday. In fact, she left, checking his watch, 18 hours ago. And as you know, her window expires in 6 hours. If you guys can't get her back to the planet Earth within that 6-hour time window, she's going to miss her window and cease to exist. We have a ship being prepared for you right now. It's called the Marduk. It's an extra-dimensional cruiser I think you'll appreciate.
Well,
Done any successful tests with this thing before she took off with it?
There have been numerous tests to known nearby planets and locations. It works as advertised.
Well, what about flux storms?
That's a good question. Now, personally, I would prefer the safety of a vehicle with a full RA field. But you know, Dr. Benjamin Marlowe is quite ahead of his time.
Suppose if these crazy bastards didn't test these things out or try to innovate, then we wouldn't even have a slip ship. So I suppose I shouldn't judge. But man, that seems
weird.
really irresponsible.
We are standing in a hangar, which is a monument to the unpredictable genius of Dr. Zion Diaspora, rather. If it weren't for these crazy geniuses, we'd be out of a job.
But those places are so unpredictable. To go by yourself, that's crazy. I mean, we go to places and we're fully kitted out. I mean, she just jumped in a fucking pair of overalls.
This is top secret information, gentlemen, not to leave this room. The node she was exploring was called the Dream World of Auret. It was named that by Marlowe. It's Terra, backwards. Now, there's a theory that Auret is an alternate Earth that split off from our own timeline billions of years ago. They felt it was close enough to Earth to be safely explored. Of course, Marlowe wants his name on the planet and credit for anything found there. And his slip didn't quite go the way he'd planned it. Listen, time is wasting. We have less than 6 hours to get her back.
All right. And Reggie will get up and start heading, and then he'll stop as he gets by Bento and just say, if we do this, do I get my record cleared so I don't have to hide from you people anymore?
He slaps you on the shoulder and he says, we can talk about it. First, bring her back.
Sort of smirks like, I guess that'll have to do.
So, no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, good. We're good.
Oh, okay. So Nash just sits there and he looks up at Bento and he goes, you know, I know Reggie. I trust Reggie. I don't know you. I don't know Marlowe, but I'll agree to do this. I'm gonna need a favor when we get back.
Huh. Let's see here. That's quite understood. I wouldn't ask any man to go out without adequate, shall we say, incentivization. There will be 8 megabucks in it for each of you.
I'll take your megabucks, but I need a little something else, and we'll talk when we get back.
Chip will lean on the table, like cupping his hands, putting his chin into the palms of his hands.
Yes.
And say, I'll do this on one condition.
Bento is looking quite annoyed, and he's staring at Reggie. He's not even looking at the other 2 men.
I just stare right back at him and just nod over to Chip, like, listen to the man.
1, I need a jar of pickles. 2, I need a gun.
Well, I don't know if they have pickles in the commissary here, but I can give you a gun. In fact, I'll
Deal.
give you my own. He hands you his own sidearm.
Oh, shit.
First thing he does is look down the barrel of it. It's like, ah.
I grab the barrel and point it away from all of us. It's like, no, you have to. Oh, you're embarrassing, mate.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. All right.
We talked about this.
Act like you've been here. Act like you've been here.
Yeah. Like Snap points at Bento, gives him a wink.
Nice.
Goes to tuck the gun into his pants and it falls and he like grabs it back up and just sticks it into a pocket.
I look over at Nash. Everything's gonna be just fine.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
He takes you out to Launch Bay 2, where they're setting up this power cruiser. This is a $224 million vehicle. It's amazing, Reggie. You're like, Jesus. Your mouth is watering. You want to fly this thing. It's got that aerodynamic design, atmospheric engine. It's got 4 atmospheric engines. An automated repair system. It's a 10-ton ship with a capacity of 4 and a reinforced hull. It's quite the thing. It's also got a Mark III computer that's smarter than the Tyrant's computer.
They are serious about this.
Okay, this is a hell of a fucking ship.
This thing is huge.
On the side of it is painted in some sort of Middle Eastern looking script, the Marduk.
Does that mean anything to me, or would it just be?
Give me a brains roll. Beat 5.
Nope, got a 3.
Do you have? I doubt you have anything like history or anthropology.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's all that's a good name. Good solid name.
All right, so he takes you on board. He's showing you around. He introduces you to the computer, whose name is Tiamat. Speaks with a mechanical female voice.
Hello,
Does
Tiamat.
it sound like 5 different voices at once?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like 5 different female voices all speaking at once.
Nice.
Greetings, gentlemen. Your ID codes have been introduced to my database. Which of you shall be operating as pilot?
That'll be me, Reggie Carlisle.
Please pass your cards through the slot. There is a slot, and it's keyed to only one pilot. So you guys can choose among yourselves, but only one of you will be recognized by the ship as having authority to give it voice command.
Okay. I slipped my card into it.
And this is standard military
Oh,
procedures.
yeah, okay, cool.
All right. You are officially the pilot. The ship reads back your name, rank, and serial number.
Ah, it feels good to hear my rank again.
And Bento tells you that there will be an 8 megabuck transfer immediately upon your return. At this moment, gentlemen, you have 5 hours, 48 minutes. Oh, and a guy comes scurrying up from the opposite end of the bay. You had that one other condition. You're in luck. The commissary had pickles.
He's a little upset that they're not the same brand
Yeah, they're
that
not.
Reggie gave him, but
Actually, they came from a vending machine, so they're individually wrapped in little plastic bags.
Ah,
Ooh.
shit. Sorry. There you go. See, there you go, Jim.
Yeah.
There's some pickles for you.
he's wearing like mechanics, like a what are they called? Like the zip up
Overalls?
suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so so he has a bunch of pockets, so he just starts shoving all the pickles in all the pockets.
Question: do you guys all have slip suits?
Yes.
On the Tiny Tyrant, yeah.
Well, Tiny Tyrant is just a couple hundred yards away.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
there's a good chance you'll need your slip suit.
All right. I will.
Okay.
I'll go over and grab him. Reggie, you can use Fitch's. He's not here.
All right.
You guys are about the same size.
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes a couple minutes for you to suit up, and now you've got 5 hours and 40 minutes to get this woman back to Earth.
All right, let's do this. Tiamat, fire up main engines or whatever.
Here we go.
Now, I'm assuming it's just us, or is there like a larger crew?
No, it's just you. This this ship has a capacity of 4, and so there's just one more slip bay
Yeah.
for Joan Marlowe.
Okay. I didn't know if the size of the ship indicated that there was like a larger. I'm thinking like a Warhammer 40K.
Well, actually, there are 2 sleeping cabins. It is a larger ship, but it only has the 4 crew pods.
Gotcha. Okay.
So in we go. Now we're going to want a slip dynamics roll from Jesse.
From
Reggie.
I am wrong. I'm wrong from Reggie. Yeah.
Jesse,
give it
make
that
it
time.
your own person. All right, that's psyche and slip dynamic skills. 6 plus 2, 8.
Nice.
You get experience point for that.
Oh.
All right. This slip actually goes much smoother than any of the slips you guys have experienced thus far. There's that familiar tingling and pixelation. There's that weird cold hot thing that runs down the center of you. But instead of flipping wildly, the ship seems to just sort of like slowly roll through slip space. And then it materializes on a sandy plain. Everything is red. The sky is red. The sand is red. The sun is red and quite hot. And there are bushes, brambles, thickets, really ugly, spiky-looking plants with these round globes hanging off of all the branches to different sizes, some sort of weird-looking fruit or something. And you're in a clearing surrounded by these thickets, and the plants are red, and the globes hanging off of the plants are red. Everything's fucking red.
Oh.
The soil is like a dull brick red. The plants are a glossy bright red, and the sky is sort of a reddish saffron color.
Well, Jack, this is creepy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Does anyone see a cave of blue flame?
No, I mean, could we? I mean, maybe we should scan first, right, and see what the hell's out here. See what the atmosphere looks like.
Not a bad idea. All right, the computer gives you a full readout on the planet. Gravity 1.0 G. Atmosphere, nitrogen and oxygen mix. Air pressure is 1.0 Earth atmospheres. Day, 24 hours. Year, 365 1/4 Earth days. And you're like, shit, these are the stats for the planet Earth. Water, 30% standing water. Climate, incredibly hot. Precipitation, very little. Sentient life forms have been spotted. The air outside is like 105 degrees. It's really dry, rolling sand dunes in every direction, covered by thickets of these weird red globule bushes. In fact, the air is so thick and the sand gets blown by the wind, so visibility is only like 100 yards at most.
Huh.
Oh, shit.
Did they leave us coordinates that we can try to find the cave? Was anything, what came back, with the rat and the note? I mean, was it key to her last location? Would be able to like GPS that shit?
You guys have appeared in the same location that she jumped to.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, maybe check, less than a day ago, but I mean, can we sort of like track anything? Check to see like footprints, whatnot?
Well, you can. There's a little bit of wind blowing, and it's all sand dunes around here.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't heard you say you're getting out of the ship.
Well, do we want to risk maybe flying around and see if we can find this cave? I mean,
she was on foot. I mean, I can imagine she probably didn't get far, right? So did she have a suit like we had a suit? Like, is it a similar kind of thing? So, like, would she be fully independent, atmosphere on her person?
It's hard for her to it's hard to imagine that she wouldn't have worn a slip suit, but it wasn't mentioned.
Okay, because I'm thinking if she was in a slip suit, it would be augmented, so she could have made a pretty good distance.
That's true. She's been out here for 18 hours.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to hover, I mean, we can look. I mean, you want to get out and see if we can find footprints, and then we can point the ship in a direction.
Let's do that. Let's see if we can sort of pick up a trail of what direction she might have headed in.
Nice. Okay. I know one of you guys has a survival skill.
I do, but mine is for forest. You have to pick a location.
Yeah, I'll give you a -1 for that.
All right. So 2 brains. Roll the pair of 2s. I don't see shit. There's a lot of sand, Reggie.
There is a lot of sand.
There's a lot of sand. You can tell from the sand blowing in the air and the heat that you can feel even through your suit that if you were not wearing a slip suit, it would probably be difficult to take a deep breath. The air is that hot.
And they
The landscape is rolling dunes. Some of them are quite high. The foliage is about the height of your head and very dense, and it surrounds you pretty much completely. You're in a clearing in the middle of this thicket.
And we don't see, like, there's not like a rocky outcropping where we could potentially see a blue flame in a cave, like it's all relatively flat.
There are some sand dunes which are like 15, 20 feet high. You could climb up on top of one.
All right. Well, let's take the Marduk up and let's see if we can't get a better view from up top.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea. I can't find anything down here. If we get up high, it's a better vantage point.
Right. Yeah, I would take it up. Just hover up and just above whatever visible line we have that's blocking us, and just sort of tee them up. We're looking for something called the Cave of Blue Flame. I don't know if you can attenuate yourself to any of that.
Okay, so Reggie, this is going to be a pilot roll, but due to the awesome design of this ship, you get a +4.
Whoa, cool. So Grace and so I get a +4, but I have a +1 in piloting airspace. Could I use that as well?
Now you got a +5.
+5 with Grace. 3. That's another 6.
If you couldn't roll a 6 off that, that would have been sad.
Yeah, Grace and Psyche are like my 2.
Okay, this thing handles so sweet. You slip right into it. You feel like you're merged with the machine. It feels so good to fly this thing, especially after flying the Tiny Tyrant. There's like no comparison.
Tiamat, we're becoming one.
This is like it's like you were in a VW camper van last time, and now you're driving a Jaguar.
Oh, this is so nice.
All right, and that's a yes and. So you not only managed to bring the ship up and fuse with the controls and get an amazing sense for it. The wind buffets the ship a little bit, but you quickly figure out how to compensate for it by just sort of rocking the gyros just a little bit. And you do see through the thickets a little bit where the foliage gets more and more dense, but it looks like sort of a path has been hacked through it. It goes off to the northeast.
There, right there, to the northeast. Can I bring the ship in and land it there, or is it
The problem is, it's too thick to really land in.
All right.
It looks like this path has been hacked through, like machete style.
Could I tell where it was? It's just sort of in the middle of this thicket. So could I tell where it had been coming from, or where it sort of like
most of the planet is covered with these dense thickets. The place that you landed was a convenient clearing in a sea of weird globule plants.
How far from that clearing would this have been? Is it feasible to go back to the clearing and then just sort of proceed on foot in that direction?
Yeah, actually, you can only see a couple 100 yards.
Okay, cool. All right. I think that's our best bet. No? That seems to be a solid lead.
Yeah, if you can see the trail down there, sure. Just
all right. I'm going to head back to the clearing, and we're going to proceed on foot. We're on a time crunch here.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Land the ship, get out of the ship, search for the opening to the thicket. Let's make these brains rolls for all of you guys. And Nash, you can add your survival -1.
All right.
4 for Reggie.
2 total.
Chip?
Roll my dice. Let's go. It's going to be a 5.
It's Chip who finds the opening that leads to the path. It looks as though there has been an attempt to conceal it, but once he finds the opening, it opens out a little bit. This path has been hacked through. It looks like over and over again, over a long period of time.
Guys!
Yeah, what's up, Chip?
Guys, over here. Guys, over here.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Over here.
Nice.
takes a pickle out, opens the pouch, and yeah.
At that moment, you hear a curious tinkling sound. It sounds like a wind chime, many feet across, from up ahead somewhere. Can't tell exactly how far. Not real close though. It's this tinkling wind chime sound, or like broken glass tinkling.
Reggie takes the Uzi out and starts making hand signals that would indicate quiet and get down. I think maybe
with
Jack
the
probably
pickle hanging
recognizes
halfway out of his mouth will reach into his pocket and struggle to finally pull the gun out.
Okay, the tinkling sound continues for half a minute and then stops.
When you do your hand signals, I immediately down into a firing crouch, and then Chip is doing his thing, and he just reaches a hand up, grabs him around the chest and the coveralls, and pulls him down.
Nice.
Even. Nice.
Reggie would be intently looking in the direction of the noise with the weapon up, just kind of tracking, see if anything shows itself.
Yeah, you don't see anything. There's no indication what's making this sound.
All right, I'm gonna just start moving through the clearing and the brush slowly, and
as
stealthily as I can.
There are some places where the path is not very well cleared, and so every once in a while I'm going to require a grace roll, and this is one of those times for everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Grace.
Ooh, okay.
God damn it! Another pair of 2s.
5.
4.
Nash is out of his element. He's used to the woods. He's used to plains. Desert shit's just not his thing.
Yeah, Nash, that's a no and. Hang on a second.
I bet Chip's just so hyped up, he's just open to absolutely anything at this point.
Chip is really excited about this right now.
You've lost all your inhibitions. You're the perfect operative.
1 second.
I'm going to get my easy roller dice tray, and I'm going to try using that now instead.
There you go.
Dice hate me in this game.
In this game.
Well,
Nash, one of those spiky thorn things has cut a tear in the leg of your suit.
yeah, I figured that's what was coming.
And you can feel the heat coming in. It's just in this one little part of your leg. It feels like when it's 105 degrees and you're not wearing any protective clothing.
Mm-hmm. So I stop. I look down. I'm like, fuck. And I kind of pull at it. I see the tear in it, and I'm like, try to get Reggie to slow down. And I point my eyes, and then I point to my leg, and I pull my hands apart. So I'm trying to. I see my shit is ripped.
No, that's your butthole. Yes.
Do we have patch kits, repair things?
Your suit actually will do automated repairs, but you have to sit still for a while for that to happen. It may be 15 minutes.
So I'm then I point to my watch, and I just I kneel. So I have rifle up. I'm kneeling, one knee down, one knee up, and I'm I just point at my watch.
All right. Reggie would nod, and just kind of huddle down. I'm not going to go forward without him.
No, let me stress here that the air is nitrogen and oxygen. The gravity is 1g. The air pressure is 1.0. So aside from the heat, it's not like it's poisonous or anything. You can sit still and let your suit heal itself, or you can just press on and it won't actually harm you. It's just very uncomfortable.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So after 5 minutes, I'm I just shrug, meh.
The whole time over the comms, you quietly hear. Dun, 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 dun.
You know, I sort of dig it. I dig it. It's giving me a good atmosphere.
So I just like, I hand motion wave view forward just to like go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Reggie would continue then.
All right.
Okay, so Reggie and Chip are pressing on ahead, and we're gonna let Nash hang out where he is.
He's gonna
He's
gonna follow, but he's gonna try to be like more careful with his walking to not like stretch like too far. Like he doesn't want the tear to get bigger.
We'd probably move a little bit slower. just
Yeah,
to
move a little slower. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys press through the thicket. It dawns on you now that if you had brought something like a machete, it would probably be a little easier to cut through this place. But after a little while, you get so deep into the thicket that you can no longer see the ship.
I would then, if there are loose branches, would start to make arrows back in the direction that we came. If not, then he would try to like break branches off or fruit off to just kind of make little directional things for them to find, so they don't wind up not getting lost.
Yeah, you can break some branches off, and the branches are like they're like these. They taper toward the end. They're really straight though. They're kind of straight and angular, long triangular shaped things that branch off into other small triangles. And then at the ends, there's these round fruits. And while you break off one of the branches, one of the fruits falls and shatters on the ground, like something like glass.
Wow.
Don't eat the fruit.
Yeah. So he kind of like toes it with his boot.
The chips.
Is there anything inside? Is there like meat inside of the?
No, there's some sort of fumes that come up out of it, and it's wet on the inside. And the tip of the branch, like Nash was talking about making arrows out of them, it might actually work quite well because the very tips of these branches are fragile and they get down to a hair-thin point. This is why it ripped his suit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Make note of that.
Does the suit itself have I don't remember. Does the suit itself have like a sensor in it? Could we like scan that gas in the fruit to see if there's anything, just to give us any information at all?
No, but give me a quick rundown. Your suit has servo mechanisms to augment your strength with a +1 when carrying weight or exerting yourself. It has jump jets that allow you to take a +1 on running, jumping, and climbing. It has it gives you a +1 armor bonus. It has an automated repair system. It has a very minimal medical administration system, so that it's capable of healing 1 point of grace, health, or might in an hour. That again, you must not be using the suit in order for that system to work. You must sit down and often be sedated, depending on the nature of the wound. And then you have microfrequency broadcast capability up to 100 kilometers. Oh, it also has external speakers that can amplify your voice up to 75 decibels.
Holy shit.
All right. I mean, I don't think we would. Well, we didn't ask, so I guess we would know then if she had like a personal frequency that we could try to ping her on. But I guess we didn't ask for that before, so.
I didn't know there's a lot we didn't ask for.
Yeah, well, Bento
really
was in a big hurry.
Yeah.
So's Bento. He was in a hurry to get you guys into the ship and out.
Yeah. All right, so I guess it just makes a mental note of the fruit situation, if that's what it is, and then I guess just keep moving on, and then just start marking their path every whatever would seem feasible.
I like where your head's at. Classic Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb maneuver. Good times.
You're gonna get lost in the woods. That's some bad juju.
All right. Yeah. I mean, we figure we just press on in that direction, following with the path.
Okay. So you follow the path, pushing through pretty slowly. It takes maybe half an hour to move like half a mile. And so you're now so far from the ship that you can't even see that high dune that was next to the ship. And at that moment, one of you, let's see who, it's Reggie, who notices off to the north two flying creatures that swoop down over the dunes and then back up again in the air carrying something. It looks like they're carrying a living creature. I'm going to screen share one of these suckers with you.
Tell the relative size.
It's a little bit larger than a man. Hang on. I have to clear a bunch of other shit off my screen so you can see what I'm trying to say.
So John doesn't try to cheat.
What?
All right.
Well, which one?
Yeah, alpha or beta?
All right, you see two of these things.
Oh, good. That's
It
good.
looks like an octopus with bat wings coming out of the top of it.
Nice.
They're about a quarter mile north of you. There are two of them. They dove down to the level of the sand dunes and then pulled back up in the air. One of them is holding some kind of creature which was squirming and then stops squirming.
Yeah, not creepy at all.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Guys, what is that?
What is it?
Predator.
What does it have?
Is that a flying squid? That's a flying squid, isn't it? It's a flying squid.
It's an octopus bat.
A octopus. Or an octobat.
Oh, you know what? Let's do brain rolls, everybody. Roll as high as you can.
5.
God damn it! I had a 3.
Hey, 3.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Me and you,
Is that-
3.
Was it Reggie that got the 5?
Yes,
Reggie, you were paying attention during the briefing.
as always.
That creature that it picked up and killed and is apparently flying off with now looked like a large rat, i.e., there was a rat skeleton inside the egg thing that came back in Joan's place.
Oh. Oh, I guess what? Ooh, we're getting. I guess we're getting close. Well, it's a rat, just like that came back in the egg, with Joan's belt around it.
How big was the rat, Todd? Was it like human-sized rat or like regular rat?
No, smaller than human, but bigger. It's like 3 feet.
Okay, it's like
Like a
so
rodent
like
of
a-
unusual
ROUS.
size.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
It's a rodent of unusual size. Yeah, yeah.
Should we try to follow him? I mean, I guess we
Well,
just stay on the path.
The octopus
Yeah.
bats. The octopus bats are due north of you, and your path seems to be still bearing northeast. So if you wanted to head off toward the octopus bats, you'd have to hack a new trail.
no, we're gonna press on,
Okay.
and we need to keep an eye out. Watch each other's backs.
Mainly because we have nothing to hack with.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, I'm going to need grace rolls from everybody again.
5.
5.
5.
Hey, all right, all exactly at the same time. You come out of the pathway opens up, and there's another clearing. Although this clearing is a little bit different. It is maybe 500 feet across, and in the center of it is a large pit. Now, this pit has sort of a bridge extending out over over the pit. It looks like about halfway over the pit. So either the bridge was once a full bridge and half of it collapsed, or it's like sort of like a diving board kind of a thing.
Should we wait here on the edge, see if those things like bring
Yeah,
that
probably
rat
wait a-
back here?
probably wait a few minutes just to see if anything happens in this area,
Okay.
rather than like just start moving in. Just kind of observe.
Chip is totally gonna just kind of lean down and look over the edge,
You
Well, I
leave
think
it-
we're
holding the gun out and down. Looks over.
well. I think we're still like at the edge of where the brush is. We didn't go in.
Chip will totally start creeping in.
All right.
I'll grab him by the back of his pants, like nope, or the back of his suit there. Nope, wait, just wait a minute.
But she could have come this way and then been like,
could've.
and then down the tip.
What?
She could be laying
Well,
in the
one
bottom of
thing-
the pit. We have no idea.
We'll be out in the open, and I don't know if you want to be lifted off by an octobat, but I think I'd rather just wait a few minutes to see.
Would
It's like,
not.
One thing that Chip does notice, because he went a little further ahead than you guys, is that the ground here has been packed down nearly to the hardness of rock.
shit.
It's not as though you don't see any rock. It's just that the sand has been packed down. It maybe, and this is just a thought, by foot traffic.
Mm-hmm. Guys, look at the ground. Like, really look.
It's dirt. I mean, it's sand. It's the whole place. It's full of fucking sand, Chip.
That's pretty hard.
Well, have you ever like went into the backyard and like you walked like back and forth a bunch of times and then like all the grass kind of dies and it gets like all like flat?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah,
It's a pretty large area, right? that
People
it covers?
it is a large area, but now that Chip points it out, it looks like the whole like a ring surrounding the pit is pressed down earth. In fact, now that you're looking closer, you can see what look like rat-like footprints all over this place.
Shit.
Big rat-like footprints.
So the octobats eat the rats. So you think the rats are smart? I mean, there's a bridge and a pit, the whole fucking thing. Like,
Is it like a? Ooh, I wonder if it's like a native species, and this is their sacrificial pit, and they make people walk the plank
well, but he said this was like
Like
pirates.
like pirates, like rat pirates,
Oh.
pirates, pirates.
I like that. That was a good
Remember
one.
remember that when you did a reading on the planet, Tiamat told you that sentient life forms have been spotted.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, so if this is like a Terra equivalent, then like maybe these rats developed instead of people. Like maybe these are the people equivalent.
Oh, that's the creepiest thing ever, Jack. I love it.
Well, I think at this point we need to just kind of check this out a little more.
We totally have to go in.
I mean, I think it's worth a look. Try to creep. Let's check the skies. Watch each other's backs. Let's go.
You want me to make a run? I could try to stealth. Like, I mean, it's not really stealth, I guess, because it's all in the open. But
Yeah, we're out in the open. We might as well just go at it, nice and easy. Just watching each other's backs.
You do see more octobats flying off in the distance to the north, but they're not coming this way.
I mean, it looks like we're safe from above, right? I mean,
I think so.
just have to worry about the rat
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, as long as we're checking and it seems like we're not. Yeah, we might as well creep out. We need to find this person. We need to find Joan.
All right, and we don't see a cave with blue flame from our current position anywhere.
No, you do see the pit, which is, I correct myself, about 200 feet across,
Okay.
and it's too deep to see the bottom, but you're not really close yet.
Okay, so I guess that's our next stop to get
Yeah.
eyes on the pit and see if we can see anything.
Okay, you walk up to the edge of the pit. It is about 30 feet deep, and the sides are rough hewn and quite irregular. So there are many places where you don't have full visibility down there.
Okay.
Chip will fire his gun into the pit.
Really?
Yes. Oh, now I know I've done something good when John goes,
What the?
Chip fires his gun into the pit, and
Jesus, I'm sorry, guys.
the sound echoes. You get the feeling from the sound that the pit is about 30 feet deep, but you still don't. You can't. Are you right at the edge looking down?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think so.
I would have been. Yeah.
Okay. The bullet hits one of the walls and sort of embeds itself in the wall. You hear the sound of the echo coming back. And just a few seconds later, in the direction where the bullet went, you see a flash of light, like white light, like a string of white light that zaps out from behind a rocky outcropping, touches the wall where the bullet went, and you hear that tinkling sound. This is where it was coming from.
Jesus, guys, I'm sorry. I thought these ones had like safeties, or what the hell is
What
that?
the fuck, man? Stealth, man, stealth. What
Okay.
the?
It was like a quick tendril of light that touches the wall right where the bullet went, and it's only there for a few seconds, and then it doesn't disappear. It withdraws.
You guys, that. What was that?
I don't know. I mean, you shouldn't have done that, but
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know what that was. I'll check that Reggie checks the skies because that was loud.
There are 4 octobats coming this way.
All right, let's get to the brush. Perhaps we can escape from the octobats.
Fuck, go, 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 go.
Okay, let me tell you, now that you're up at the edge of the pit, you also see that the trail you've been following continues on the other side of the pit. So are you going back, or are you going around the pit and forward?
I think we try to make it to the
Yes.
Yes, we try to make it to the other side. Thank you, Chip.
Okay, and you're hurrying. Grace rolls from everybody.
Very, very, very gracefully hurrying. 6.
4.
3.
Who got a 6?
Reggie.
Of course, Reggie.
Hey, My Little Pony dice. My Little Pony dice.
Okay, another experience point for Reggie. Reggie, you make it to the other side of the pit, and you.
Oh no.
Okay, you notice 2 things when you get to the other end. First off, looking down this path, you see that you're almost at the edge of the thicket. Like in another 10 minutes, if you follow this path, you'll probably be out of the thicket into whatever's beyond it, the sand dunes or whatever. But as you move past the pit, you're pretty sure you see a glint of light moving behind an outcropping, like the red sunlight bouncing off some sort of crystal, like a reflection, and then it moves out of your line of sight. You're like it didn't. Yeah, it wasn't just you moving. It moved.
Yeah.
Deliberately hid from you.
All right, I'm going to take a mental note of that, and then I need to check to see if what are the other 2 where my boys are.
Okay, well, they didn't fuck up dreadfully. They were just slower than you, and they didn't notice as much. So they catch up with you in a couple seconds.
All right, get in here, get cover, and then I'll check for the octobats too.
The octobats are directly overhead, gentlemen, and it's time for something to happen.
Oh,
Right.
fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm opening fire if I can.
I'm getting my fast talking ready.
Nice.
One octobat swoops down at Chip. So I know, right?
Go ahead, Chip. Talk
Okay,
him out of it.
So, Chip, your best bet at this point is probably to try a defensive maneuver, which means grace roll.
Oh, okay.
And if you have any kind of athletics or martial arts, you can apply that.
Of course not.
No?
He's an
Okay.
actor.
But I did roll a 6.
Woohoo!
That's good because I rolled a 5.
Oh.
And that means that the Octobat swoops right down, narrowly misses you as you do a tuck and roll and get away from its grasp. And the creature swoops back up into the air as fast as it can, but the other two gentlemen have a moment to take a shot if they want to.
Definitely.
I will shoot the fuck out of it.
All right.
Try to.
Can I have a long gun +2? I think with this Uzi it was a -1 because it doesn't count as a long gun.
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm at a +1 then with grace, correct? Yeah.
I got a 5 total for firearms, long gun, and rifle.
Yeah, 5 + 1 is 6. Friendship is magic dice.
You both hit it. It makes a screaming sound and falls to the ground, and it is about 6 yards away.
Woohoo.
It fell into the thicket. It's hanging there in the thickets now, making screeching noises. The other 3 take off, going north again.
That's right.
Yeah, that gunfire scared them off. Now, the one creature is still alive. It's tangled in the thickets, and its wings are getting torn up as it tries to beat them and get up into the air again.
Reggie puts it out of its misery.
Yeah, if you didn't, I was gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't critically fail this.
Or I'll put us all out of its misery. Or out of our misery. Our collective misery. Well, I rolled a 3 + 1 is a 4.
Okay. Yeah, no problem at all. You shoot into the center of its body mass. And now you can have a really good look at this thing.
Let's take a really good look at this thing.
Okay, that its wingspan is like 15 feet.
Jesus.
The body looks a lot like an octopus. It's sort of a reddish black color. Those tentacles are as thick as a strong man's arms. And there are 6 of them.
Jesus.
Does it? I don't know that I would have that kind of sense. Could I? No, I guess that wouldn't be. I'm wondering if I could make some sort of like survival roll to. I don't want to say dissect it, but look if it. So like grab the thing and it went limp. So I'm wondering if it has like a poison sac or something like by its beak, or like maybe something on the tentacles.
It does have a beak, but you don't see anything that looks like a poison gland. Of course, you're not a zoologist.
Yeah. So he kind of like pokes at it, and he's like, I don't know. I thought maybe there was poison, but I don't. This is not my gig. I mean, it's dead. I guess we don't worry about it.
That beak looks tremendously powerful. It could easily grab your forearm and snap it.
Yeah.
Jesus. This wouldn't have been fun to get caught up in this thing.
No.
Hell no. Well, shit. What they're in the north. They're eating the rats. The rats are here, I guess. You think maybe this trail loops back around like more north from here? I mean, I guess we got to follow it, right? We didn't.
It clears out. We're going to reach the end of the thicket down about 100 yards. Maybe that distance is probably off, but you can see down the path a little ways. There's also another thing. Something's watching us.
What do you mean?
Oh, I saw it when I came through first. It's watching us. It's shiny, and it disappears when I looked at it.
Shiny like that thing that shot into the pit, Shiny?
Possibly.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
no, that was me. I shot into the pit.
No. The light, Chip. The
light, Chip.
Oh yeah, that. Sorry.
Yeah, I imagine that Reggie nods toward the pit when he's saying this.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
there's
I
nothing
mean,
we can do about it now except just keep our eyes peeled and just
Yeah.
press on till they get out of this thicket. Let's see
Yeah.
what's at the end of this road.
Stay frosty.
Okay. It only takes 10, 15 minutes for you to make it out of the thicket and into another sandy dune area. Let's have brains rolls from everybody, and Nash gets to add his survival -1.
All right. Well, I rolled a 4. So is it, if I'm not using the survival, is it just a 4 or?
Yeah.
Okay, I would do that then.
5 for Reggie.
3 on Chip.
Okay. It's Reggie who notices other tracks on the ground. These are also, they look like mammal tracks of some kind, but they're not as large as the rat tracks. So there's some other kind of creature that runs around here.
All right. Well, we knew that this place was inhabited. So I look around to see, like, is it just sandy dunes? It's not.
Yeah, you've come out into another sandy area where the ground is shifting and sort of unstable. It's a little bit difficult to, it's like walking on the beach. You have to work your legs real hard to move with any speed.
Because I don't think we're having any luck here with this.
About a quarter mile to the north of you, you see another huge ocean of thickets.
Fuck. I mean, she had 18 hours. I mean, fuck, she could be anywhere. If she didn't, I mean, she must follow the path, right? Or made the path, because she clearly wasn't going to walk through the thickets. I mean,
It's what we have to assume. These things that live here, probably native to the area, don't need to slash pathways, So, yeah, it's our best lead.
At that moment, you hear the tinkling sound coming from behind you, back where the pit is.
All right.
The tinkling sound gets louder and louder. It goes for almost a full minute this time, getting louder and louder. It builds to like a loud crescendo, and then it suddenly stops, and there's a loud sort of a twang sound. And you see something fly up out of the thicket where the pit is. And where does it go? It goes due north, over your heads, and lands in the sand in front of you. Not directly in front of you, but like 100 feet in front of you. Hang on a second, and I'll show you what it looks like.
Do we get a good look at it as it comes flying over and landing, or I guess you're showing us a picture.
It is a large, crystalline-looking, egg-shaped thing, and there it is. It just landed in the sand about 100 feet north of you. It was ejected from the pit through the air, and poof.
Is that like what the rat skeleton was sent back in, or is that a different thing?
Exactly like what the rat skeleton was sent back.
All right, let's take a peek-see.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything inside of it.
Does the material that's made out of, and then the orbs on the end of the plant, do those look at all alike?
A little bit.
All right.
The orbs on the plants are more spherical,
Mm-hmm.
and of course much smaller.
Yeah.
But it is kind of crystalline looking and does seem to be hollow.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer to it, you get right up to it.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we want to see whether or not there's something inside of it.
Okay. You have to get real close. It doesn't seem to be emanating anything or making any moves. As you get real close, you see there's a clump of something dark and metallic inside of it. It's just about half an inch across. That's why you had to get so close. And the two guys with military background realize that it is an expended round. It is, in fact, the bullet that Chip fired into the pit.
Huh. That well.
All right. I think we go into the pit.
But it will expel us in one of these things, right? So,
You think so?
well, he shot into the pit, and then this thing popped out with the shell casing in it. Or with the
So
bullet.
rats,
Wait,
the
guys,
rat
that's
went
my
into the
bullet?
pit. So she, yeah, I think that's your bullet, mate.
Can I get it back?
Well,
If you want to smash this thing open,
Well, I'm like asking them, like
Well, the bullet's no good anymore, Chip.
yeah, you're
I
not
mean,
going to be able
no.
to use it. Nah,
I
you
can't like
can't.
put
It's
that
not-
back in or something.
no, you
Jesus, Chip, that's
you
not
can
how
reload the
guns work.
case.
I don't. All right.
If you police up all your brass, we could conceivably reuse those, but the bullet's one and done.
Oh. Oh. Can I keep it?
oh yeah, it is. It is definitely completely impacted from having hit the rock wall.
Yeah.
So,
the
would
rat
she-
skeleton was inside one of these things, and it had her belt on it. She threw a rat into this pit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking with the
Why did-
belt.
but why did the rat have her belt?
Well, she must have
So that
put
it
the
could come
belt
back
on
with
it.
a note.
But why would she put a? I mean, that seems kind of silly.
It seems very silly. But she needed to get the note back somehow, so she must have been in duress.
Oh, you're smart.
Nah, it's just experience.
Oh, so she was in trouble, and so she took the belt and put it on
Yeah.
a dead rat,
Put
and
it
then
together.
tossed the rat in the pit.
Yes.
Oh, so she's in the pit.
No, I don't think she's
I
in the
don't
pit.
think she's in the
She
pit.
threw the rat with the
You
belt in
almost,
the pit.
you were almost there, Chip. We had you. You had it, and it's okay. It's gonna come. You're gonna come around. We probably need to investigate that pit a little more, though.
Well, I mean, fuck. I mean, we could just start throwing random shit in the pit, but. Well, wait. So, do you think all these clearings are where these things land at? Do you think they land in different spots, depending on maybe the size of the thing that goes into the pit? Because there's another clearing here. There's one back where we landed the ship. I mean, it seems like they're kind of spread out all over.
It could be. I don't want to. I mean, do we go back and get the ship and just do a flyby, or I mean, is there anything in this particular sand dune clearing? Like, can I get a like higher? Get some high ground just to get a better lay of the land.
No, not right here. But you do see a trail where the sand again seems kind of packed down as you're looking around, and it's a little bit off to the east of you, and then it turns north.
Hey, a trail. Nash, you think you can get a handle on it? We should follow it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Is it a different one? Not this one.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Different trail.
Fine, yeah, fine. I mean, this is getting us nowhere.
Nope.
Hold on, let me. So he'll, break off some more branches, make another arrow to point them back in the other direction.
Okay, if you look at this trail, you see those rat footprints.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she's with the rats. Who the hell knows? Let's try the. I mean, this other boy is not getting us anywhere. Let's try this one. If it hooks back
Maybe.
to the north.
Yeah. Maybe they crowned her queen of the rat people. Yeah, let's go. It's the best lead we've got so far.
Rat Queen, definitely best lead.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to attempt to follow the trail north. Now the wind is whipping and the dunes are moving, and this trail is going to be a little bit hard to follow. We're going to need Nash to do his survival skill.
All right. 5 and a 3.
Yay!
Okay, so you're following the trail. It's because the ground is harder here. It's a little bit easier to walk. You make some pretty good distance. You go a couple hundred yards when you hear a noise off ahead of you, and you see a bunch of small creatures. They look like foxes, little red foxes, about the size of Jasper the cat, and they're startled by you, and they run away into the thicket on the other side of the path.
Aw, come back, little kitties.
No. You stay here.
So I stop, fist up, and I wave them. The things run away. I wait a beat, so I wave them up, and I'm like foxes or something.
As soon as Nash puts his fist up to do that,
Yeah.
Chip just kind of walks by a little bit and gives him a fist bump.
Nice.
They went off this way. I mean,
You're a new species.
there's all kinds of. I mean, they didn't seem dangerous. They ran away.
Yeah, they're small. They're low to the ground, so they have a lot easier time diving into the thickets and going sort of underneath most of the branches.
They seem like they're more afraid of us. So
Yeah,
let's press on, be
They
wary.
definitely seemed afraid of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Oh.
maybe we need to get small.
Oh, I don't know. You're pretty small already, Chip. Let's get small.
So he would just, continue forward again, just head on a swivel now. Every time they turn a corner, there's a new creature, there's some weird fucking thing going on. So
There's dunes on either side. You're following this this path, which is sort of like a little valley in between two dunes. About 15 minutes later, you're at the edge of the next thicket. It's another big fucking ocean of thicket plants, like a wall of thicket. And the trail seems to go right into that thicket, but you can't see exactly where.
I'll move up to it anyway. We'll follow the trail as long as we can.
Chip's going to take his own advice and get down onto the ground.
Ooh.
Try to make himself as small as possible.
All right, we're going to need you guys to do some searching. So brains rolls here. And again, Nash can use survival -1.
4.
5 again.
A 2 and a 6.
Nice. Getting low worked.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chip, you push aside a couple of brambles. You see a continuation of the path. Okay, you found it, but at that moment, you've also been found. There's a screeching sound coming from up ahead. Chip, you're the only one who sees this. Here we go.
Tension. Oh,
What the hell?
fucking
God.
Skaven.
It's about 3 feet tall, and when it sees Chip, it goes, "Ah!" and it turns and it runs in the opposite direction. It's diving. It's quite skillful at moving through this path, through the thicket.
Yeah. Is it like the picture? Is it bipedal?
It is bipedal and is about 3.5 feet tall.
The hell? Guys, man rat. And
that screech that it let out, I didn't want to do it, but it is really quite loud. It is piercing.
Ah, shit.
It's like Chip was already on all fours down on the ground, and he just lays down on his stomach at this point.
Whatever direction it's going in, I don't want to give complete chase, but is it going down the path or just go into the thicket?
It's going down the path because Chip just pulled away some branches, revealing the path and spotting the rat man, who then turns and runs away from you, which is north.
Right.
He disappears. Remember, visibility is also limited, so he disappears out of sight pretty quick. That piercing shriek that he let out is loud enough to be heard for hundreds of feet.
Oh, shit.
So,
He set off an alarm.
guys, big. It's things like like 4 feet tall. It's got
Okay.
like walks like a dude, like 2 feet. It's not like a little rat like on 4. It's like on 2 feet, and this way he rolls over on his back, grabs another pickle out of his pocket, but he takes one bite of this thing. Now he's like, God, throws it. Like,
Chip, you all right, buddy?
yeah.
That pickle's not doing it for you. You're starting to feel that empty feeling again.
I think these things
As a
went
matter
bad or
of fact,
something.
Reggie, you probably noticed this. Chip's hands are starting to shake, and he's breaking into a sweat.
Shit. Okay. All right. I'll Chip. I want you to sit down here for a second. You don't look too good. What are you feeling like?
Death.
Yeah, he's starting to feel that it's both mental and physical fatigue. He's having trouble keeping his hands from trembling.
Are these pickles old? Let me take a look. Give me those pickles. Let me look at those things.
Yeah, he wants more pickles, but they're not. It's wrong. There's something wrong about it.
Give me that one you just took a bite out of.
Oh,
And
and
it's
by the
like
way,
over on the ground.
I'm going to have to interject here just a minute. In order to take a bite out of pickle, you have to open your visor.
Oh, that's right. Totally would have done it.
Yeah, I assume you did, but I'm just
Yeah.
letting you know your visor's open and the heat
Yep.
on your face is intense. And that's why it's so easy for the others to see. You are sweating like a pig and shaking.
Yeah.
So, first of all, close your visor. Close it. Good.
Yeah.
All right, now give me that pickle. Give it to me. I'm gonna try to like very stealth. Stealthily sprinkle a tiny bit more zoom onto the pickle.
It's time for one of those. What's that over there?
Yeah. So just
Is
be
that
like,
another
"Oh, shit."
octobat?
I'll put like the gun up. Oh shit! What's that? Man rat! Get down! And then if he gets down, I'll try to sprinkle it on.
All right.
And then
You
Nash
know-
spins around too, because he's like, "What? Like, what the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, "Man, rat," and he's like, "Boom!"
I'm assuming I'm gonna have to do a roll.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to have Reggie does a grace roll against the other two guys who are doing brain rolls -1.
And can I use my stealth +1?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, with a -1, I only got a 3.
Oh,
Oh,
I got a
same here.
4 + 1, 5.
And Chip, what did Chip get?
3.
So Nash and Chip both got 3s.
Yes.
All right. So you keep them distracted and you manage to deftly sprinkle a little bit of the powder onto the pickle.
Okay, all right. Hey, you know what? I think perhaps there's a little bit of. You just try another bite. Just try another bite. All right. Here,
Okay.
open your mask real quick,
Uh,
and then you can take a bite. Take a bite, quick. Don't think about it. Just go.
ooh, this actually isn't that bad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's that inflated sense of self-esteem.
You just had to give it another bite. Just one more bite. Just
Yeah.
always another bite. Okay. Shit. Oh.
Hey, man, is he all right?
Reggie does feel bad about this, but
Yeah.
we have to keep him going until I can come clean
Takes
after.
effect almost immediately, just within. And Nash, you're probably quite confused about this because within 10 seconds, Chip stops sweating, stops shaking, his eyes open up, they're a little bit dilated, and he gets that kind of like, I'm ready, we're good, and he looks good again. He looks ready to go.
All right, yeah, you're good. You're good, mate. You're good.
Yeah,
You give
he's
him
like
some
trying
like
to
Powerade or some shit.
he's like trying to
Yeah.
spin his gun, and, like drops it on the floor. He's like, "Ah, okay, yeah,
All right, don't do that. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to try that. Yeah.
yeah."
Is he dehydrated? Like, what the?
I think
the
he
fuck is going on?
he just needed to have some more pickles. It's probably just a side effect from when he lost his mind earlier. It's fine. I told you before, it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be okay.
Can I make a brains roll to see like if I've seen this sort of thing in the field before? Like, where guys have been on tour and like have dipped into things that maybe they shouldn't have been dipped into.
Yeah, I'll even let you add your psychology bonus to it.
All right. That would be a 6 with the +1.
You know exactly what this is. The pickle thing coupled together with the shakiness and then the quick acting. This is Zoom Zoom.
So he grabs Reggie, and he like steers him away from Chip, who's like just bouncing around. I'm like,
Just
fucking drug him?
You're just a shh.
What
Just
the
a-
fuck, man?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. He's got a fucking hard Jones. This guy's on TV and shit. You fucking made him an addict?
Nash. No, I didn't know he was good. I mean, how the hell was I supposed to know he was going to become an addict? This was back when we were in your girlfriend's dream. I was trying to keep him from dying.
Okay, at this
You
moment,
mean drugs?
you guys hear Chip, who's going, guys,
We don't
Guys? you turn and Chip is pointing up ahead of you where you see this.
Uh,
Oh fuck.
There's a dozen of these little fuckers, and they're all coming this way, and they're all shrieking.
guys.
They are- They're running
Just-
down the path toward you, and it's time for action.
Look, we'll talk about this later. All right, I think we have some.
All right,
I
Chip,
would-
Chip is the closest one to him, so I'm going to need Chip to do something, whatever, first.
all right. I am going to look over my shoulder at Reggie, and I'm going to say, intensity is what brings us to victory. And he's going to just rush headlong into these guys and start firing his gun off.
Well, I guess that's a practical application of that advice, but okay.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know
Nice.
what? I'm going to give you a +1 right now because you're moving so quick and you've got to jump on them.
So
But they are coming right toward Chip, and let's start rolling some dice. Chip, you're
All
going to
right.
fire your gun while the lead rat man is going to take a swing at you. I've got a 6.
All right. How do I fire a gun?
It would be
This would be Grace plus whatever mod the gun gives you +1.
Ooh, all
You
right.
want to beat 6.
Not even close. I got a 3.
It's not really Chip's jam.
Well,
Not
yeah.
even close.
Okay, Chip, you have been seized by the rat man.
Oh shit!
This is a no and, by the way. You've not only been seized, you've been knocked off your feet. And a number of other rat men swarm onto your body and begin dragging you away from the other 2 men.
No.
Back to Reggie and Nash.
I'm going
God.
after Chip.
God.
I'll start firing, just to kind
Okay.
of lay down like a cover.
Are you firing at the ones right on Chip or what?
No, I don't think I would do that because it seems pretty chaotic. I would probably just. I think I'm trying to get to Chip so that I can grab him. So I think like what I'm doing is just sort of laying covering fire for myself down, just to kind of stall the other ones that are around, and then trying to like lunge to grab at Chip.
Well, do you want me to grab him while you like cover fire then? Because I'm sure this is shit,
Okay, it's a good idea. Yeah.
or vice versa. If you want to grab him, I'll shoot. It doesn't matter.
No, I'll do the shooting. I've got the Uzi. Just spray it.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
are you trying to hit any of them, or are you just trying to scare them off? Or-
I think so. I think I am trying to hit some of them that are not currently grabbing.
Okay, go ahead and roll your dice.
The 5 + 1, 6.
I've got a 5. You beat me by 1. You've taken out 1 rat man. Bullet in the head. Pew! The others, however, are not running. They are swarming Chip, and together they're pulling him away.
So as he shoots, then I would go in to try to grab Chip and pull him away.
Okay, you're getting within swinging distance though, so I need you to make a. Are you doing anything offensive?
I don't think you could. So I essentially have like an AR. I guess would be like military style weapon. So I don't know how feasible it is to fire one-handed. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be aiming at anything if I did it. I mean, if Reggie was like, I got cover fire and Chip is on the ground, so if he was shooting like like head height, then he would run in, from the side. And like as I was coming in, I assume Reggie would stop shooting,
Yep.
and then I would, grab Chip by under the shoulders and just try to pull him away.
Okay, they've actually got his upper half, so you would have to grab his legs.
Okay, I go for his legs. Yep.
And you're also getting close enough. If you take a look at the picture, you see the long, nasty claws on these things.
Uh-huh.
Those can cause some serious damage. So,
I mean, the only other option would be to move in closer and then shoot the ones that are like right on him, but
Well,
from a closer distance.
okay, but you can't do both of those at the same time. So
Yeah.
is it grab Chip's legs or is it start firing into the crowd?
I mean, is there more than one pulling him? Because it might be better for me just to shoot them. Like,
Yeah, there are now 5 of them are pulling him, and the other 7 are pushing their way around that cluster, trying to get. The path isn't that wide, so they're
Right.
trying to get around him to get to you guys.
I guess I would shoot the ones on him then, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to pull 5 against 1.
All right, let's do it.
Yes! So I rolled a 6 and a +2, so that's an 8.
Nice.
Yay.
That is a yes, and you have picked off the one that knocked Chip down in the first place. He goes down and hits the ground. The body stops sliding away. The others have sort of lost their grip. You startled them. So you bought a moment here, and a new frame of combat begins. Chip, let's get back to you real quick, because you're not unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
You can do something.
And I'm
Okay.
just yelling, go, go, go!
Yeah. So seeing as how I'm being like dragged by these things, Chip is basically going to attempt to like twist himself out of the situation and like kind of try to scurry a bit. So I think like step 1 for him is going to attempt to be breaking away from these rat men.
Okay, that will be a might roll. And I'm doing a
Which I
grace.
am awesome at.
Yeah, and I'm doing a grace roll against you. Here we go.
Well, 5.
Oh, I have a 6. Sorry, buddy. They have grabbed you again, and they're continuing to pull you in that direction. Now there's 4 of them. There's 4 of them now, so they're not pulling you quite as quickly as before. And let's jump back to the other 2 men.
I'm sorry that when I was a kid, I watched my friend with the snake eat one of you guys.
Oh no, we're losing him again.
So I'm assuming Chip is partway down the path. Reggie's kind of to the left.
Yeah, they're dragging. The distance between you and Chip is increasing. They're dragging him away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd start just trying to shoot more of them as I'm in chase.
All right, roll it. Nash, how about you?
I think I would try. Is Chip still on the ground?
Oh yeah, he's covered by these guys, and they're holding him in various portions of the upper body, pulling him away as fast as they can go, which is about the speed of a medium walk.
Okay, I try to shoot the ones that are dragging him again because I figure I've got some clearance if I'm not quite as accurate.
6 + 1, 7 for Reggie. Boom.
Oh, and I rolled another 6.
Woo!
So 8 total.
Finally.
All out.
And Reggie, what'd you get?
6 + 1, 7.
But you guys have picked off 2 more of these suckers. There are only 2 of them holding Chip right now. However, the other 6 have now made it around them, and they're now between you and your friend. And that is the end of that frame. Time for another frame of combat to begin. Let's just have everybody declare their actions, and we'll all roll at once.
Oh, all right.
I guess
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, Chip's gonna try to punch someone. He realizes that he can't squirm free now. So now flight has not worked. So fight will kick in.
Okay, this will be a might roll. If you have any martial arts or fighting skills, you can add those.
Even remotely.
And the other two guys, what are you going to do while that's going on? You don't have much choice. There's a wall of rats between you and Chip now.
Yep. Shooting at the wall.
Opening fire.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah! 6 + 1 is 7.
5 + 2 is 7.
Friendship is magic.
Nice.
3 + 0 is 3.
Huzzah!
Okay, so Reggie and Nash, that's another experience point for each of you. You've both taken out another rat. Chip is being dragged away by the 2 remaining that are pulling him. There are now 2 rats pulling Chip away and 4 between you guys and Chip. They did not succeed in closing the distance. My rats rolled really badly this time. So all they're doing is basically using their bodies to form a wall between. They haven't closed the distance or anything. They're just staying in sort of a wall formation and screeching at you, trying to scare you with their ugly, beady eyes and chinless faces.
Chinless. You really need to get yourself some chins. If you want to be Ratman, you need to have a chin.
Okay, and one more round of action. The rats in back are now squeaking, and one of the rats from the wall turns and goes back to assist them in pulling Chip off.
I shoot that fucker when he turns his back.
Nice. Let's all roll it. Chip, what are you doing at this moment? Another punch?
So flight hasn't worked, fight hasn't worked. So now I'm going to go way back into my mammalian brain, and I'm going for the flop. So, all right, now if I'm reaching, feel free to stop me. However, I'm going to see if I can maybe use my acting skills to pretend like I'm dead. And creatures like that, they don't like dead meat. So they'll be like, oh, well, this guy's useless now, and they'll let go and just run off.
Or
go after Reggie or Jack. Whatever's fine. But
yeah, that's a very interesting idea. Okay, so you roll that.
All right.
And Reggie and Nash, I suppose you're still firing? Are you closing the distance or what?
I shot at the one who turned to go run after Chip.
Gotcha. Reggie?
Same thing. I'm firing at the wall with a 5.
Okay, everybody roll your dice. I am fucking up tonight. My rats would roll a 2.
I got an 8 again.
Whoa.
Nice. 5 for me.
6 for Chip.
Nice.
Okay, Nash, you have taken out another rat. Reggie, you have taken out another rat. However, neither one of you hit the one that turned.
Oh.
Chip, your acting has the only effect that it has is it makes it easier for these two to drag you off.
Yeah. Everything is working but not working.
And they pull you into the thickets, and Nash and Ridge, you can now no longer see Chip.
Oh no.
I yelled to you, if we're still in combat, that I'm going after Chip.
So long, buddies.
Yeah, me too. I'm spraying. I'm still shooting.
Okay, so there's 2 more left in what was the wall of rats, and each one of them is charging at one of you. So it's going to be one-on-one twice. First, Nash. You got to beat a 2. I am so screwed.
Okay, well, I'm shooting again. Oh, fuck. I rolled snake eyes, but that's technically a 3. Because I have a +2 for my guns.
Nice.
All right, you have wounded one. He's not dead yet, and he's still coming at you. He does not connect, but he is now close enough so that next round he's in swinging distance.
Okay.
And Reggie, how about you?
Same thing. Still firing. I rolled a 4.
Oh, you got to beat a 6 this time. This rat knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Okay. You have been clawed by a rat, Reg. You are going to take 1 point of grace damage.
No, that's my stat.
And your suit has been ripped open.
Oh, you ripped my suit, you rot bastard.
Chip, you have been pulled into the thickets. Your suit is also getting scratched open by the the fine points of the plants.
I
And
just
these
bought this thing.
and these guys pull you. Now it's this can't be seen by the other two guys, but they pull you just a short distance into a tunnel underground.
Ooh.
Now,
Shit.
Reggie and Nash,
So
you
is it
don't
like
see that.
is it like a burrow into the sand?
It is like a burrow into the sand.
Okay.
Now, Reggie and Nash, you don't see that, but of course you can't see Chip at all. You've got one wounded rat and one healthy rat right on you.
Okay.
Time to fire again.
Yes. Oh, my
That's
grace is
You gotta
down.
beat a 3.
Down a dice.
I got a 7.
I got a 4.
Nash, you have dispatched the one that you were fighting. Reggie, you have wounded the one that's on you, but he's still close enough to strike.
Yep. Oh no.
And he does. You're taking 1 point of might damage.
Nice.
Okay,
Ugh.
that's really bad. You take 1 more point of damage and you'll be unconscious for a bit.
Oh right, because I'll have 0 might. Right.
Well, three hits takes you out, so don't.
Oh,
get,
gotcha. Okay. It
Don't
doesn't
get hit
matter.
again.
I'm gonna really try not to get clawed again by these rats.
Right on. Now, there's only one rat left here. It's the one that's on Reggie. It looks up, it sees that it's alone, so it turns to run. And now everybody gets a turn, except for Chip, because as soon as they get you down into this tunnel, they're joined by a whole bunch of other rats, and they have no difficulty just grabbing your body and basically dragging you wherever they want to. They're all over you now, Chip.
Absolutely makes sense.
Damn it.
Now the other two guys get a chance to fire at this one remaining rat that's right on Reggie. Or if you want Reggie, you can punch it. It's that close.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes the most sense. I've got the fighting. I can use
But-
that. I'll probably take out like a knife, reverse grip, and just try to stab it in its neck.
Let's roll it.
Now,
Okay.
is that might or grace?
That would be
Or
my
is it be might. Okay. Right, might.
your current might.
Yes, you're down to 1
Yeah.
die.
Yep, down to 1.
You got to
Plus
beat a
1.
3.
Ooh, roll the 6, 7. Ha!
Oh, you punched his face in.
I come across it. And,
Damn.
Kali!
Okay, that red is gone. That's another experience point for Reggie. And you guys can now see a small broken, it's just like the branches are broken where they had dragged Chip. There's dead rat bodies all over the place.
Oh, damn these rats.
I'm like, shit, are you all right? Did he get you?
Man, he got me good. I'm hurting real bad.
Fuck. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Well, I mean, I have to be. I'm gonna press on. I'm sort of like checking the gun, the Uzi, reloading it, whatever. It's like, you can't just let him go. We've got to go after him.
Okay, you guys have now been on this planet for a little over 2 hours. It means you've got less than 4 hours left to find Joan Marlowe and get her back.
Fuck. So I just like I tap him on the chest with the back of my hand. I'm like, look, nut up. We gotta get Chip. We gotta find that chick, and we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
All right. All right. If I maybe I'll. No, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off on the zoom. I'm not getting into that shit. I don't know how that mixes with nappy, so no, not gonna.
Okay,
What?
I'm just gonna mention here that if you sat still for an hour, your suit could heal either one of those points of damage.
I don't think we don't have no, can't. We can't.
Yeah.
We don't have the time to spend.
Yeah.
We don't know if more rats are coming. We just got to keep moving.
Okay. Well, you see where the branches are broken, and the trail sort of looks like it continues, but it's now rat size, not man size.
Rat size hole. All right.
So he slings a rifle. Nash slings his rifle. he grabs one of the bodies and just like throws it into the tree to
Oh,
like
nice.
break the branches down.
Awesome.
Oh,
Awesome.
that is nice. Just don't crit fail that.
What is that, a might roll?
Yeah.
All right, I need another die then. 2 5s and a 2. So
Okay. No problem.
if I add an athletics, it's 6.
That is a really cool idea. He breaks a bunch of branches. You can see a little bit better now. There is clearly a burrow going down into the ground. And by the way, it's only like, you know, 1.5 feet wide and high. So in order to get in there, you have to get down on all fours.
Would we be able to make it on our suits? Oh yeah, they took. Yeah, I mean they took chips, so I guess so. Yeah, fuck. It looks like they're in here, but
You're going to have to go single file crawling.
yeah, shit. I mean, there could be like thousands of these fucking things in here.
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
there's
As a matter of fact,
no good option.
you can hear the excited squealing noises of lots of rats down the tunnel.
There's no good options here. This has gone foobar.
Yeah, to say the least.
It's like Nam all over again.
Yeah, you know, it's just like old times, but not in the good sort of way that we've been experiencing this time, the whole time. Nash, I'm sorry. I'm going in after Chip. I'm not leaving him to die like this.
Yeah, no man left behind. We got to fucking go get him. We're too. I think maybe we'd have some better equipment on the ship, but it's way too far for us to fucking go back and grab it now.
I feel like we do one of these, and then we start crawling down.
Okay. May I suggest that Nash take point because
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah,
Reg is pretty fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you take point, Nash?
yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
Okay, I'll cover you back. I'll cover you 6.
Okay. You guys crawl down the tunnel. The noise of the rats is getting closer. It sounds like hundreds of these things. And you crawl for maybe 30 or 40 feet. When it seems like it opens out, there's an interesting smell. It's kind of an ozone kind of a smell as you get closer to where the tunnel opens out. And I imagine you don't want to get too close, but Nash, you get to a certain point where you can see that you're approaching a large underground cavern. The sounds of the rats are echoing off the walls of this cavern. It's at least 100 feet across. It sounds like there's hundreds of rats in here. There's a weird tingling glow in the air and the smell of ozone. And the light from this cavern is a twinkling blue.
So he pulls up then, and then he'll kind of shift back to where Reggie's at and be like, "There's a blue light down here. This is the cave. She's in here. So if we get Chip, she's here too. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get them and get the fuck out of here."
All right, do we see Chip?
I don't see it. I just saw the flame. But man,
We're in a position.
fucking hundreds of those things in here.
No, this is not good. Let's try to get eyes on Chip.
All right. I want to like scooch back to the edge and observe and see if it seems like there's more action in one area, like maybe like, oh, what's this crazy thing that we just, these guys just brought in, and see like kind of like what the flow is going on in the thing. Like is there like a ledge that goes around where we are? Does it just open like right up to the floor?
Okay, it opens up on sort of a slope that's maybe 10, 15 feet above the floor of the cavern.
Okay.
You are close enough to see the heads of a bunch of these rats. There are blue flames, and like they might be torches of some kind, mounted at various intervals randomly all around the walls of this gigantic cavern. Inside the cavern, you see hundreds of rats. They're sleeping, eating, fighting, and many of them are crowded around this area at the far side, where there is one particularly large rat, and he's wearing like well, I'll show you. There. He has some sort of tonk, some sort of jewelry, a band of metal with weird runes on it around his neck, and he's sitting on a throne. A group of about a dozen rats have dragged Chip up to this one, who seems to be their king, and they're stripping off his suit and removing his weapons. The king looks pretty pleased, and between you and the king, there is a large pit in the center of the ground, in the center of the cavern. You can't see the bottom of the pit because you're not close enough. None of the rats have seen you yet, though, and they all seem very excited by this human that they brought as a trophy for their king. And you know what? We're going to stop right there.
Son of a bitch.
We found the Rat King. God damn.
Because it's after 9 o'clock and there's no way you'll resolve this quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Chip does have a 5 charm.
Carve the pants off that Rat King.
You have been brought as a war trophy to the Rat King.
So they know,
shit.
they know what the weapons are, right? Because they disarmed him and they took his suit off. So they're not unintelligent.
They take his gun. Do you have any other weapons, Chip? Is that it?
No, just the gun.
Do you have any other shiny objects?
Other than my phone.
They take your
No,
phone.
you don't have that.
Oh, you don't have your phone.
I have the phone. Well, I guess I probably would have given it back to him, right? At that point.
Yeah.
All right, then they take your phone.
The phone and my pickles.
They give it to the king. He seems pleased with the phone. They
They
give him
eat
the
the
gun.
pickles.
He seems pleased with the gun and the well, no, not the pickles because they're not shiny.
That's true.
The way the Rat King is handling these objects, it appears that he's A, very pleased, but B, has really no idea what they are. He holds the gun in a totally awkward way. He does not seem to know what it is. And again, there's another pit. There's a pit in the center of the cavern that you cannot see the bottom of. Chip, you're stripped down to your skivvies,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where we stop. To be continued.
Sweet.
It's very good. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was awesome.
Another good game. We got Chip hooked on drugs. When I say we, Reggie got him hooked on drugs. Nothing to do with that.
Reggie's gonna have to. He's gonna have to own up to that one at some point. I'm just trying to keep you stable. You know.
Let me hand out the experience points here, and I'm sorry, Chip, you made only 3.
That's fine.
Jack, you made 8.
Wow.
Nice.
And Reggie 7.
7. Okay.
If anybody's keeping count, Jack killed 5 of these things and Reggie killed 4.
Nice. See that you got to put me with things that I'm good at doing, and then I'll get experience points. Because my usual night is like, oh, you got 1.
Wait a minute. Sorry, Reggie. You actually also got 8 because I forgot about that last one that you killed. So you both killed 5.
Nice.
So that's 8 experience points for Jack, 8 experience points for Reggie, and 3 for Chip.
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
Although I don't think you'll be spending them quite yet.
Yeah.
Nah.
There you go. Well, you found the cavern of blue flame.
You did. And the Rat King.
Which, as it turns out, isn't like a million rats with their tails all sit together.
The legends weren't true. They'll never believe us back home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Chip forgot to film it.
Ah, shit.
Again.
At least this time I'm not really in my right state of mind.
No.
Yeah.
They're all jacked up on Zoom.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thanks for running. Thanks everybody
thank you
for
for
running.
Thanks for playing, man. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what
To be
it's
fair,
fun.
they're all
Yeah.
Everyone I've been involved in is great.
Day trippers, man. The one you never know what's around each corner.
Yeah. If it's a rat king or an octobat.
Right? Oh.
Yeah.
I wear my title of head fucker proudly.
You've earned it well.
Cool.
Wow, this is pretty bad, Reggie, man.
Yeah.
One more hit, and you're out of business.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, actually, I should have asked this earlier, but I'm assuming that Chip's psyche is still at 0.
Yeah, it is. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, and I just sort of made this up because I don't want to exclude you from the adventure. So what I've done is, you know what? We might even make this. This is probably a life shaper. I've given you the drug addiction, and as long as you got a decent dose in your body, it's staving off the effects of your psychic disturbance.
Oh,
Okay.
that's why I did it. That's why I did it in the first place.
Yeah, it's working, but as soon as you stop taking it, you'll probably collapse into catatonia.
Yeah, and if Reggie survives, he knows he's got something coming for this. He does, but I did it to save your life. That's why I did it.
Well, if he just crashes hardcore, it'll be like he'll sleep through the withdrawal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Dreaming of a fluffy dog.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Wow, what a spot.
Mhm.
Well, good stuff. Very good stuff. Thanks again. I'm gonna check out now. Got more good stuff.
All right, you guys. Excellent playing with you guys. I love your characters. I love the weird interactions that you guys have. It's fucking hysterical.
That's good.
Well, cool. If the GM is having fun, then
Hey,
everybody's having
guess
fun.
what?
right?
No, here's what I meant by when I said that was a good one. Meaning that I actually got you into a new adventure and into some combat and you're not thinking about Susie anymore. At least not now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, right.
temporarily distracted.
Yeah,
Yeah, Susie's still out there, and you're gonna die with the rat people.
that's right. All it takes is an attack by Ratman to take your mind off your woman.
This is what
Yeah.
you need.
Yep.
This is
Yeah,
going to be the
see?
thing, when you're trying to solve something and you can't, and all you need to do is just step away from the problem for a moment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just
There you
go
go.
stir up a rat's nest, and yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
That'll do it every time.
Yep.
All right, gents.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
outta
thank
here.
you, sir.
Have
Take it
a
easy.
good night, y'all.
Yep, you too. All right. Thanks, everybody, for checking it out. We'll catch you next time.